all of us, we see that's where we're at. And what all of us have to look at and with him is the fact of the time that we all put in him. We put in, what, Wednesday nights, we put in what 10, 15 minutes? Hour and a half, 2 hours. Coming sheet later, Shabbat later, what we spend about an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours maybe. Then Shabbat, what we put in about another hour, 3 hours. And this is about Auryah Yahuwah. To try to go over things in detail, understanding words. I talk to y'all guys about things that preachers don't typically talk to people about. I tell y'all personally where I'm at, personally where I come from. Sometimes I start crying about it. That's my personal business that I would never share it with people on the street or comment on how I felt. But I feel like it's owed to you because I know what it's like to feel like there's no hope. I know what it's like to be trapped. I know what it's like to feel like if you just start your whole life over. I know what it's like to feel like if you were just dead easily. It actually sometimes can be so far. Really dead is just better. It's just too discombobulated to fix it. I've been there, several times in my life. So I talk to you guys about it, and then I laugh. I say things funny. That's who I am. They say sometimes laughter is used to cover up hurt. I don't know if that's always necessarily true, because I don't carry hurt. I appreciate that, Mr. Yahu. I did carry a lot of hurt, maybe even some resentment. Well, I have. I ain't gonna say maybe. I've carried that. But at some point, you have to mature. You have to mature and learn how to just take everything you dealt with in life, and you just have to just come and reconstruct yourself. Regardless of, well, I ain't never been like that. That's just never been me, or that's not. Well, sometimes things have to become you in order for you to be new. And you have to leave yourself open to where it's broad enough for him to where he can use it. That's it. Sometimes, when Andrew was even saying, like, looking at the men, comparing yourself to him, because a lot of time in life, people are looking for something still life to kind of mimic and to look after, to try to find. It really is. People gonna tell you they're not. They are. People do. It's very confusing in the world today. It really is. And so many people have given so many false ideologies. The women now. It's just really no standard. It's really not. People, you can really look to a person. When you do find that you find such a bad character flaw, you gotta say, well, besides that though. It's like at some point, why we just can't get somebody to just be the whole epitome of what it is we need to do. And that's what the purpose of sending Husha we're here for. Everybody you can find some faults or some against, but not against Yahushua. And that's the man everybody has to mimic now. He set up the total being for a man, or what he has to do. I know they don't look at what they say what he didn't own. He owned a lot, but he gave up a lot in order to redeem us. That's a lot involved with what he did for us. You just won't typically understand it, what was done. It's really a complexity to it, but you need to know it. You just don't. And I'm not mad at you. And because you don't, it makes sense of why we make so many errors. Because really, what did he? I ain't gonna say what did he really do. I guess for some of us, okay, he came. And he died, and he gave his only son, but he got so many, but not one like that one. To kind of show you how things work. Well, Yaakov, he had 12. He had 12 and a daughter. And Joseph, he lost. It hurted him, but not to the effect with Benjamin. For Benjamin, he needed somebody to put up something for him. That's what Yehuda did in order to get him. He had to put up something against him, that if this one don't come back, he needed something like a surety bond. If I don't bring him back, something happens to me and mine. And it was, with him, he was different than any of the others. He said because that one would take him to the grave. So that was a certain care of love that he had for him above the other ones. And that's how it was with Yahushua. This kid is a little more distinctive than the others. This one character is different than the others. This is one he really wanted you to acknowledge. And with that, Yahushua wasn't just any son. There was something significant about this one. And he wanted you to know that. The threat to things happening to him was so great because of how he cared about him. The offering him up was so significant that he put it up against you so you knew how great it was. When nothing else could redeem you, when nothing else could recover you, this one could. And he let you he allowed you all the probabilities and gave you, all the things that you could possibly use and say, it's basically impossible for you to do this. It's impossible for you to do it. The Torah didn't leave you the possibility to do it, only but one way. Only but one way. But you would have never paid attention to it. You'd have missed it. I know you figuring, I be listening, I be right up on it. I'm ready to answer questions. Only problem you got about you answering questions, I'm asking questions I already know the answer to. When Yahushua was sitting down and they was talking with him and he was in the mashkan, he was asking them questions. And you think that they were actually giving him answers and they were teaching him? He was asking them questions that he already knew the answer to. So when you just getting it, he already got it. The problem is with us, we need to get it now. You guys have played, and this is dangerous, Andrew, just like you're not the only one, a lot of them on the YouTube strand in here too, they're not gonna admit it. And y'all see how dangerous that is? And you guys have portrayed that well, other people are starting to emulate what you do. That it's comfortable and okay to sit and listen and deliberately go. Unlike y'all, I slipped. He said, no, I'm not gonna blame it on nobody. That's what I did. I knew I wasn't supposed, I can't even explain it. How many times we heard that? You heard him say how he couldn't even explain it. He said, I reached out and I texted, I hit her. And she said, well, we ain't gonna be doing that, we just seeing each other. He said, I ain't gonna blame it on nobody. I knew it before I did it. And y'all, what y'all gonna do? Slip. I don't know how. It just happened. These unexplainable mysteries. And it go, damn it, me. I said, well, I don't know how that happened. He told you it came from the root of it, still down. And it's dangerous that what we do when we hear the word, that we can just supersede it. That when Yahuwah say something that we say, that don't matter. I don't care what he said. See, that's the difference with a governor. How many of y'all own a car that you bought in America? You know what America did with your car? They put a governor on it. They put a governor on it. By law, they got to. You can go buy a car from overseas. When you bring him, they're going to put a governor on it. Your European car would never run like that European car runs over there. They put a governor. So regardless of what you do, it ain't going to go past this. Why you ain't got no governor on you? No matter how long and how hard you push, that's as fast as you can go. Now, you can do it if you, alter some things? You agree? So how exactly could they go, how could I go faster than what that governor is? What can let me go past that governor? Because that governor restricts me, and this is as far as I go. Some of them you go here, they'll just draw back. GM will do that. Jim, go hit GM and hit it all the way. Jim coming back here. Now, Diamond Chrysler, Diamond Dodge, they like this here. Lay it down here. You know why they? Because they stupid. They don't know how, this right here, all they're gonna do is get you in a lawsuit. Jim done paid for enough of them. They know what happened when that needle stayed out here too long. Somebody gonna look at this right here. Yeah, even though they were doing it, you gave it the ability to do it. That's a lawsuit. But Chrysler, all way they gonna sell a car, they gotta make it faster than somebody else. I know y'all don't like that. That's the truth. That's the way they can sell it. Listen, Jim been got that business. That lay that hand over there and buried. Jim like, that thing hit, that thing help. Jim doing the number right here. What wrong with my car? I said, nigga, everything. I already know how y'all play that. Y'all have me in no court. When you get cut in half and kill 20 people, and your family here and got this Johnny Cocker nigga done dug him over here, Your Honor. And they'll pull the engine out and put it in his hands. And they're like, no. So this is, cause they're gonna get some people gonna be blamed for that. So the only way you can get past that government is you got to alter it. You know what's amazing when he talking about the word? Because Balaam had a governor. He said, if Balaam would give me a house full, he said, if I put the pedal to the metal, he said, I can't go beyond his word to do less or do more. Where your governor at? Y'all don't have one. Andrew, you all y'all guys, somebody, all you guys in here, and Auryah, y'all just be doing what y'all want to do. Y'all jump on fast, jump on, just start doing your own stuff. I try to tell my time, wait on me. Preacher's okay, I just went on here. I said, well, at that point, that way you at. And I ain't talking about no die stuff. A lot of stuff, why y'all just can't follow? That, when they came to get Yahushua, let me tell you how it worked out with him. You know when they came to get him, them guys popped right up on him. Why you shaking your head saying no? They couldn't tell him what? I guess they didn't know the equation. Because they were doing the same thing. It's easy to pick y'all out. It's easy to pick y'all apart. And you don't realize it's detrimental for y'all. Those people didn't know who he was. But Yahuwah had already set up so they could find him. He told them, kiss the beard unless he be angry. So they could identify him. That was the sign. Your tour had already told them what to do. See, we had to cool Yahushua around. He's not that type of guy you just want to run up on him like that. So he already said in the tour, he said, kiss him. Think, man, hold on for a minute. So a bunch of guys run up on you. What you saying there? Oh, hey, everything chill. You thinking, hold on, what y'all trying to do? Right. So Yahushua had this. He already told it. See, Yahushua knew the Torah. So when he came up and kissed her, he realized the book said, lest you be angry. I know, don't worry about it. You pay me to do this. That's why I had to kiss him. He should be causing that. What happened when other people ran up on, when they ran up on Shamshun? Worst thing that he trying to tell you, you better kiss him lest he be angry. Yeah, that's right. Kiss him lest he be angry. And it also allowed him to identify. He had more than one purpose. He's a man just like you. He wasn't playing. He did what a bunch of judges going to run up on him. Not happening. He told you nobody can't take nothing from him. He said, anybody took my life. He said, I lay it down. You know what he said? He said, I got authority. He said, man, I kill you. I ain't even did no wrong. Hello? That's the same thing Shamshun told you. He said, listen, do I do him a disservice? That man let him know I'm still going to be just. He was a Shaphat. He told him, he said, I'm going to do you a disservice. Now some folks said, I'm going to do you a service, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to do you a solid. He said, not me. I'm going to do you a disservice. And I'm going to be just when I do it. We're trying to let y'all know you don't know what you're doing. Y'all know y'all sitting here, y'all done did them man a disservice. Them a disservice. You don't love family. You don't love people. You don't love to do wrong. The man told y'all love not the world, neither things in the world. He told you for all in the world. The lust of the eye, the pride of life, all this stuff. He said, it's stuff not of the Abba. Who is of the world? And what the world do? The world passeth away. And I want to confess the lusting. What you think I put together? I'm of the world. What else y'all think I put together? Oh, I don't know how y'all figure that one out. Hello? Oh, I got that lust in eye. What's of the world? Lust of the eye. I be dealing with a pride issue. That's the pride of life. What that's of? And what the world do? Man, how y'all figuring this stuff out? So what you think my motivation to stop that lust in that day? How you figure that out? Equation. Makes sense. What is he gonna get me to stop my wondering now? What is he gonna get me to stop looking at porn? Who gonna build that butt naked on the internet? Somebody Kudash, ain't it? The world. And what the world do? And the folk that lust after it. What you think my motivation for me not to look? See, why y'all think he set this up that way? See, these are what we call governors. Now, I could do it, but who know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to alter. See how it makes sense? You got to alter it. So now you look at when you go and you still doing it, so you took the governor off. You done altered it. That's why he tried to tell them, not that, what do I do the word? And or, what did that mean? Did we properly ISO that to make sure? Because if I add and I take away, now I have an imbalance. You see what I'm saying? It don't weigh the same. At the same time, I modified it. You see what I'm saying? At this point, I've altered it. So now it can do things that it wasn't regulated to do. It should make sense. But you know what it really means? I'm telling you, they're like education stuff. I'm scared of me now. I said, boy, this don't make no sense for no dummy to be doing this stuff. Because y'all are much too smart. Look how y'all getting these big old words like that. Y'all catching on to what this stuff means. Y'all helping me. You know what I'm saying? Learn all this stuff, putting these equations together. Man, y'all much. So my boss is smarter than me. I'll tell you the truth. I am the dummy. I'll admit that. That is the honest truth. The honest to Yahuwah truth. My boss is not a dummy. I would be telling you a major lie if I told y'all my boss was a dummy. My boss is much smarter than anybody you know, including you. You have made a terrible mess. You made a terrible decision on this screen, on YouTube, to do what y'all have done. You guys have no idea what you've done. Y'all play with the wrong man. This man is calculated. This man is precise. When he attack, when he make it move, he know exactly what he gonna get. So this man has set a trap for you. I just let y'all know he done set a trap for you. And now you just gotta keep living to find out where it's at. You gotta ask yourself, you know, you go ahead and you modify it. You went ahead and you gone against it. You go ahead and you have altered. And these are things we can't do. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, I guess so. We'll try to move on from here. We'll try to talk. I don't want to get nobody thinking that. I want you to have no worryation about nothing. You should be good, you know, if you're lucky. P.S. I don't believe in luck. But you must do, because you sure taking a chance. Because he ain't got but one thing anyway. He ain't got no Barakum, and he got Kala, Kalala, which is curses. That's all he got for you. Then he got life and death. He told you to choose. You chose poorly. All right, let's get ready to look over here. Let's see where we're going. So we got all our confessors. We got them. Let's go. Romans 15:4. That's why we ain't need to do no singing, jumping around, doing no singing and going there performing, and you ain't living right. Because all we doing now, we done went past. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Everybody ought to be ashamed of yourself. And nobody did no good with confessing. They didn't help you.
That's right.
It didn't help you to be no better person. The better person would have been not to do it.
That's right.
That's for all of it. That's the better person. Get the way you just start confessing. At least I confess. How about at least you wouldn't have done it?
That's right.
Y'all see we get comfortable now. Y'all keep thinking, we right back to what he was trying to break, where the people just stop all this repenting. This is what he told you. Y'all still at the principle of doctrine. He said, man, y'all dealing with stuff. He said, man, elementary. Why we even here? This your soul. The soul ain't can't be covered up with no clothes, no wraps, no long sleeve shirts and nothing else. Man, this life you got, it's gotta radiate out. People can see it. And they gotta be able to see you in the mud, but you know, that's where you been. All right, let's look at that. Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
Mark, get set, ready to go. Written. All right. Go ahead.
Nikatab Talamudas.
Speak to us how to do something? Explain to us how to do something. That's right. Make it to explain, we make it to the simplest form. You agree, Robert? All right. What we got?
So that through endurance.
Going through without quitting.
And through the Nakum.
The comfort. That's right.
Of the Ketubim.
Other writing.
We might have Tikva.
That's right, a court. So I thought about that last night we were reading. I think I said a court, on one was the court, your call. And the other one was, your call is expected. When you look at tikva, that's the court. That would be different. Think about it in this way. If you was in a hole, in a bad situation, your call, somebody would help you out, which means you would be expecting. So for you to look at them through the Torah, your call would make sense for them. Because they was expecting. Based off of the 24th chapter, book of Auryah, 24 and 22, when they talked to him about, he asked them what was going on. And he had told them they were concerning Yahushua Nazareth. And they had They had Yaquara. They couldn't say Tikva. See, Tikva would actually be like when I let that rope down now, you can't have Yaquara then. You actually have it because it's here now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your hope almost come to a completion because this is what you've been waiting on. So that's what you saw Yahushua as. At the end, he would have been Tikva for them in that sense. But you call and waiting, expecting him to come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a different because he hadn't came yet. So you see where you call and Tikva were. I remember when we first heard that Tikva, I said, I don't do no Tikva. But time get us to start looking at things a little differently, how they've done. Seeing him actually come, it took away the expecting to, it's him now. We know they'll call a woman, matter of fact, Chanel, and you know what they call y'all? They wouldn't call y'all Tikva. They said, oh, I see you expecting. And you know when that baby come out, you know amazing what it's gonna have attached to it?
Cord.
That'd be Tikva.
Yeah.
That's why they cut the umbilical cord, because it's him now. Right now, it's your call. You're expecting. And people even they say, oh, you're expecting your call. You see how Yahuwah make things with stuff plainer for them? It's a lot plainer. See, for us, y'all got what I'm saying? Yes, see, even when you look at when it came to Azara, you remember she tied around his wrist? A cord. Isn't that right? They were looking at that was Tikva. So he came out, and at first we was expecting him to come. When he came out, guess what we saw? That cord. That was our Tikva.
Yeah.
That cord. You see how it is? And don't that make sense?
Yes,
you
sir.
Look at, and the reason why I said it, I say things plain, and I guess that's why he probably used me, so I don't try to use a bunch of big, broad words to try to antagonize or try to, I won't say antagonize, a lot of times people get hooked up on a bunch of words. I want to get hooked up on action. I want to see the performance.
That's right.
A lot of times people got all this, people in the 5 cubic square, y'all, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see it run. Then I said, man, that thing fast. That thing got out of here. This saying, whatever you call it, that thing was booking getting down there. Y'all remember you saw that thing was booking? We was telling the Joker was running, that Joker was booking, in there, right? You trying to give me numbers, I don't know what they said, Joker was rolling. Same thing. Now, I said, get to the plainest point of where we get the understanding. So a lot of things for them, they had the understanding of exactly how things work, okay? Let's look at something we talk. Let's see the 20. God, man, how we do that? Let's see the 3rd chapter of the book of Alah Shamuth. They call it Exodus. Now, Bob might have got y'all because they say he a prophet. Probably would, but what did you really gain? Your weed on now. 3 and 1. No, we'll do 3 and 7. Let's see maybe. Let's see what I want. Exodus, oh yeah. We did come out, but amazingly, this is where people get off at. And they can play, semantic, what they want to call it. Play with words. I ain't gonna use semantic for that, I apologize. But they can play the word game. Well, did they not come out Exodus? But that's not what not what he shimmed the Sephirah. He shimmed the names. These are the names. That was something, because we got his shim. Abraham, Yasha, and Yaquara. We knew to associate those with him. We didn't just associate those shim with him, we associated the behavior.
Right.
When we look for him, we look for the Elohim of Abraham,
Right.
Yasha, and Yaquara, because of relationships. Y'all got it? Can we look at what relationship is, please? Relationship is the way in which 2 or more concepts, objects, or people are
Connected.
or the state of
Being connected.
So while we look at it being called Alah Shamuth, you need to know that, because people say Exodus, but that's not what he wanted you to know. And the fact that he tried to tell you about the names, he was trying to tell you about relationships. He was trying to show you that where two objects, what was it? Which concepts, objects, or people are connected. Guess what? Let's look at concepts for my young people. You finished writing that down? Any of them writing this down? You not finished yet? Okay. No, sir. That's fine. We work with it. I want them to understand it. So we learn together. See, let me tell you what happened. Dan is a very astute, very intelligent young man. And y'all just, what do you think about Dan, about us looking words up and explain? Does it give more, do you feel like it gives a better understanding when we kind of go through the writings and read them?
Yes, because you can have a word, and if you know the word, you look it up.
He said, yeah, he said, because you can have a word, you can think you know the word until you look it up. And you can really understand. Because when we look at the word, we get a better understanding now when we read the relationship. These concepts. Let's look up, when he get through and look at, we'll let him finish writing that down and we'll look up concepts. That's the goal, young people. Listen, y'all getting this young. Look at that, we getting this in our old age. Y'all get this now, y'all just gonna be better. Because you have a, you know what I'm saying, you're working in it longer if he give it, if time permits. So you guys should be a lot, we looking for y'all to go further than us. Don't just stay with what we got. I remember when I came out, them folks, they stayed exactly what that bishop had, and that's why they dying out. They dying out of new homos coming in. Because they should have grown.
Yeah.
They worried about not leaving for what he did. When he came in, the stuff was so basic. Them guys said stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he told them, like, in the last day, I remember the time, in the 3rd chapter of the book of, you had to go get it, Beth covered, the 2nd Peter. He said in the last day they were going to come scoffers. Them guys, he was telling them folks they were going to be scorpions. And people gonna be like scorpions. He didn't know those were markers. And these are other words. People, it's a lot of stuff they told him. They told him, like, one of them told him how a big man couldn't be, like, if he was out there and he was in a picket line, he couldn't be a bishop. He said a bishop couldn't be no striker. That was their intelligence. But you gotta remember, listen, they knew what, they were limited. They were older men. What they knew the word was, people said, man, I'm going on strike.
Right.
So that's what they use. The man going on strike, he can't be a bishop. Say no bishop got no business on no picket line. Bible said a bishop can't be no striker. But see, them people took it, cause I mean, they were that basic. Listen, if they got the end of this, they ain't commit sin and they got that wrong, they ain't do wrong. If they ain't hitting nobody, they weren't hitting people, and that's what they understand of that word, and that's what it was, and they did everything else right, I wouldn't have no fight with them. But I assure you that their era was a lot greater than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
As was ours. That's why we're looking at these words now. Because we realize you can take off and you can have an assumption about something and it's not what you actually think.
Yeah, that's right.
But when we go back and look at it, it gives us a little more clarity in what we're trying to accomplish. And a lot of time with them like this, they'll tell me, man, why that man, all that man do is preach a dictionary. Man, don't even preach the Bible. He used some other kind of book. Okay, that's what they're saying. We're trying to get back to what was his original statement? Okay? You know what's amazing? If you write a confession, them folks not gonna bring another confession out or something. They're gonna bring that, they're gonna say that's his original confession.
Right.
You can write another one later on. They're gonna say, let's get his original confession.
Yep.
Because sometimes people come out, or you get on the stand, you start talking. They say, pull up his confession. Because that's not what he said before. They can come back, they're gonna check you about it. That's why you wanna know. We're trying to fact check him on something. He let that, first of all, you ain't even got my original statement. How you gonna say I didn't say it? How you gonna say I said it when you don't have my original statement? So this is why we start going through trying to get back centering to what was the foundation of what he originally said. Where did everything spring from? Where's the root of this whole thing coming from? They do root words. Why they won't root back to what he originally said? People do roots on everything else. But it come to what he said, well, that's good enough. Well, today, people don't talk today, and that's the problem. And look how people talking. They don't talk like that, and they don't live like that either. And they don't get saved like that. Because all the new stuff, I'm old school. I said, man, let's go back and look at what he said. All I want to do is get back there. How do they understand this? That's all I want to get. How do they understand it? That's the only way I can do it. You trying to perform and do something, you don't even understand it the way they understand it. He talked with them. He ain't never talked to you. Even Husha, they told him. They said, now, he talked to Husha. This man here, I don't know nothing about him talking to him. That's what they said. They said, we know he spoke to Husha. So the people had no doubts about it. You know what I'm saying? This man was solidified that this is my man right here. And y'all need to hear what he tell you. Okay? All right, let's see what happened. Alah Shamuth,
Yes, sir.
3 and 7.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the affliction of my
that's what he said.
who are in Mizraim, and had given heed to their Sayach from before their taskmasters,
their
for I
cry.
know their sufferings.
Uh-huh.
So I have come down to deliver them from the yard of the Mizrites,
That what he
and to
say
bring
then?
them up from that Arats to a tube and spacious Arats.
Now I said he came to deliver them from that land to a better land, and one that had space to it. Y'all hear that? Go ahead.
To a Arats flowing with milk and debash.
So
to
that it's
the
gonna be
ma-
rich. Them folks talking, man, put some honey and milk together and drink it. First of all, please stop being stupid. Why these folks gonna be pouring milk and honey together? Folks always trying to find something. Milk is typically used to give something that grows. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the honey, you look at the sweetness of the land. You look at when you go down, you'll find that and say, man, sweet. You know what I'm saying? And we use that as a figure of conversation. Because you know, sweet is an additive to something. You look at, you got this, you like, oh man, it got sweet. That mean it got sugar in there? Stop. People always trying to check him down and try to make it like he's stupid or something. I ain't trying to, it makes sense. You're looking at, I brought these people out, what are they? Babes. What babes did he?
Milk.
What did he tell you at newborn baby to desire?
Consistency milk.
So why you think I told him gonna be full of milk and honey?
Right.
It's gonna feed them. It's gonna
Right.
replenish them. These babes, when I brought them out, bringing them out of Mizraim was similar to bringing them out to a birth. I bring them out of a traumatic situation. These people don't even realize when a baby born, a baby stressed. They stress a baby when they bring it out.
Yeah.
Why do you think the baby crying?
That's right. That's right.
Unless it's stillborn,
That's right.
they stress it.
Yes.
Don't you know that we were stressing when our parents came out?
That's right.
They were babes. So I got to put them somewhere where I can nurture them so they can grow. He told you to desire the sincere milk of the what? That you can do what? That's why it was full of milk and honey. I need him to grow.
Yes, sir.
See, these people can't, let me tell you, everybody keep trying to handle him. And he like, don't handle me, ain't no basketball.
That's right.
And your handles don't work with him. He like, listen, I'm trying to get the gist of understanding what he's doing. That's all, it makes sense. And you try to drink honey and milk. Man, I don't have time to entertain no dumb conversation. It all makes sense if you listen. Listen to what he told him.
To the Malchum of the Canaanite, of the Kittite, and the Amorite, and the Perizzite, and the Kavite, and the Jebusite. Now, behold, the Sayach of the Bani of Yasharal has come to me. Furthermore, I have seen the oppression with which the Mizrites are oppressing them. Therefore, come now, and I shall shalak you to Pharaoh, so that you may bring my arm, the Bani of Yasharal, out of Mizraim.
You know what he says? You bring my people out of Mizraim. Listen.
But Musha said to the Elohim,
What he said?
who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the Bani of Yasharal out of Mizraim? And he said, certainly I shall be with you, and this shall be the odds to you, that it is I who have sent you. When you have brought the arm out of Mizraim, you shall shakah the Elohim in this
Without phone
hall.
on mute, I can hear y'all ring thing, your ring, and keep ringing your ring camera. Somebody at your house. Go ahead. Ring. Go ahead.
Then Musha said to the Elohim, behold, I am going to the Bani of Yasharal, and I shall say to them, the all of your aboth has shalak me to you.
He sent me to you.
Now they may say to me, what is his Shem?
Yeah.
What shall I say to them?
What he saying?
Elohim said to Musha, I am who I am.
That's what he said. That's what they told you. They told you that for a reason. That's what he told them.
And he said, thus you shall say to the Bani of Yasharal, I am has shalak me to you.
What did he actually told them? They put I am. What did he put? Shout out. What did he put on? 13. I am. Well, I'm sorry. I'm 14. No. Is it 13? No, 14. 14.
14. Ayah.
Hayah. Hayah. Asha. Let's look at Asha. We say Shaddai. Let's say Asha. Let's look up each one of the words so people know what he wanted them to know. If he told it to them, he wanted to know. That's why it's important to know what the book was.
That's right.
He tell them what the name was. So we want to try to make sure we understand it.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
Well, don't just sound a group just running just hollering a bunch of names out. That's all they do is run out like a encyclopedia Britannica. What is that, blue? Or Britannica, whatever that thing is. Britannica?
Yes, sir.
Whatever it is. I already look at that orangutan back there. That's a nasty attitude. Hayah. You see what they want them to know? To exist. They put it different on there. That's what he was trying to tell. I exist. To become, to be or to become. To come into being. To happen. They give me all these other words they try to give you him. Occur. He want to know he exists. Hayah. When you read in Ra Shyth, it'll tell you that Hayah. He was trying to tell you he exists. So to exist. Okay? And then we got Asha and Asha in the middle. My young people got that? Hayah? All right. They be in the church and lift them up. Hayah, Hayah. They just be doing, they don't know what they talking about. Y'all remember they like, Hayah, Hayah. They don't even listen. The man tell you, I exist.
That's right.
Let's stop it. Folks don't know what they're doing. They
right.
just get the holiday praise dance and stuff. You ain't get the holiday did Hayah. Y'all be like, lift him up. Hayah, Hayah. Y'all used to say that, lift him up higher. Yeah, higher. Yeah, I know they say higher, but in their mind, they don't know what they're thinking. They saying higher, but it's higher, which is talking about how he exists.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, yeah. What's it then? Well, now, what's that? You said you was agreeing with me? Yeah, they gotta lift him up. They put a song, Hayah. How you lifting him up? He ain't no balloon, he ain't no float, in no Macy Day parade. Isn't that right? Listen. A shot to be straight, the widest sense, to go forward, be honest, proper. Asha. To accumulate, chiefly, to grow, to make rich, chiefly. So, okay, chiefly will put us at the head. So he is the exist, chiefly to exist. All right, let's go back over where we at. Already I take the chiefly because I understood the head being the first. Y'all, I got it? The Elohim said to Husha, they're going to put you, I am who I am, and they told you that for a reason. You all right? He told you that for a reason. This is to keep you out. The book is called These Are the Names. Why would I give you the name? You might call on it. Listen, your oppressors knew what they were doing. If you didn't know his name, so let me ask you this. You had a berith you made with him through Solomon, that if my people, which are called by my
Shem,
will humble themselves and seek my face, turn from their Ra Dabarym, the Rakim, or the way, then will I hear from Shaman, I'll forgive them, and I'll heal the land. So why you think they gave you a book and you go around talking his name? He said his name is I am that I am. That's why you're in the situation you're in.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to know. It wasn't time for those people. Those people he brought them here for a reason.
It's true.
Your great-great-grandmama, your great-great-granddaddy, and mine too, to kill them all.
Yep.
They were going to produce a seed that he was going to take after them.
That's right.
He rejected them people.
Yep.
He rejected a lot of them. You can go and blame them white folks you wanted to. Somebody had to pay for the recompense.
That's right.
He had a recompense on the people that messed up. The people that messed up were the people that were there. When they got sent out, their children got here, and their children got put into captivity, and they got cut off and drowned and hung on trees, and everywhere they put, he put them there for a reason, because it was a curse. He said, curses every man that hang on the tree.
That's right.
Why were white folk big on doing with black people?
Hanging.
Because there was a blessing.
Curse.
You so busy hating the white folk. He tried to show those people. He made their kids. He made your children be a kalala, a kalala. That's what he made them do. Y'all already got that written down, don't you?
Yes, sir.
He made them be a kalala. He wanted them to be a curse. That's what you need to learn. He set those people here, all these people, the same way he put those people in the wilderness for 40 years till they died off. He rejected those people. Y'all mess around here too. Y'all gonna mess around and be some rejects. Oh, you gonna get on them slavery picture of your old family and get them and start all your little crying and hollering. Stuff don't move, man. He rejected those people. Okay. I'm trying to hit you. That man let you know, I reject you. You need to know that. So now you understand how important election is.
Yeah.
Hello? Yes, okay. When he sent Shamuel in the house of Yasha, he told don't even look on him. I already rejected him.
Yep.
And he came from the same, I think that was Dawood's stepbrother.
No, sir.
Same mama, same daddy. He said, I already refused him.
That's right.
Same mama and same daddy. I refused him.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, the man he picked wasn't even in the house.
Yep.
I refused everybody in that house. They had to go get him.
Yep.
Okay. They keep thinking they're gonna get him. If you trying to connect yourself by bloodline, you sadly mistaken.
Yep.
You have no understanding of what you're doing. And y'all get hooked up on your family bloodline, they're gonna take you down.
Yes, sir.
Yahuwah said, I have refused him. How you feel to find that out? You sitting there, you thinking, man, I'm finna drop your head down. He said, I refused him. Don't even look on that man because of his stature. He just cut everybody in the house, he cut him down. Go fetch him. They had to go get one and bring him in. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess that's where we at here. So this got a purpose to it. So I don't know. Let's see the 4th chapter. Let's see if it's the 4th chapter, same book. Well, see 5 and 1, same book. Alah Shamuth, the names. He could have kept reading down that 3rd chapter a little bit more because they told you why it's so important. They need to know they didn't know he exists chiefly,
Right.
that he was the first. They didn't know the association and the relationship, who he connected to. That he was the Elohim of Abraham and Yaquara and Yaquara. They need to know that. They didn't know he exists. And he proved his existence out in coming by delivering them. They didn't know relationship. How concepts or how two or one things or object or people connect. So when they referred to him, it was certain things you had was a criteria. You don't do it though. You just call on him, but you don't understand the relationship. Because if he taught that to them when he came and got them out, why would you not use it? Okay, I don't know why y'all, if you pay attention, whenever I sing y'all Noon Palale, I always refer to the berith he made with Abraham. Yasaka. I wonder why. I wonder why I do that. Because of relationship. Mm-hmm. What's the connection? He's trying to figure what I'm talking to him. What's your connection with me? Oh, I said, Jesus? Why would he teach them that they were supposed to forget and let it go? See, because you don't understand relationship. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, say my mother had what, 4 brothers. One of my Aunt Sarah. My Aunt Sarah. Anybody want to know how my Aunt Sarah was my Aunt Sarah? Because she was married to my mama's brother. That was the relationship, how we connected. You said, oh, that's your mama's sister. I said, no, she's married to my mama's brother. That's how she's my aunt. It's called a relationship. These people don't have any idea what they're doing. So exactly how you connected to them. Nobody here got no uncles and aunts. That's not their mother or brother, sister. So how you related?
Marriage.
Cause relationship. So what he want to know? So why you calling me? What? He want to, and why you calling me a done? It don't make sense. What does a done mean?
Master.
What does a done mean?
Master.
So if I tell you to do something, you don't do it. Because of relationship, it don't make sense. Mm-hmm. Why would you be calling me a done, and don't do what I say? Master, I tell you to do something, you don't do it. The relationship don't make sense. Because you hear what Christian is. You know, the Lord said, don't say, call him a don, don't do what he say. The word means master. Master is somebody over somebody. He's trying to tell you stupid. It doesn't make sense to call me master and don't do what I tell you. They just, see, go ahead and tell the truth. You never seen it like that, did you? You like to quote. All you do, you just a walking quote machine. You don't understand relations. Objects, concept, and people have relations. He's connecting them to. Hello? Yes, sir. So why would he tell you that Yahushua he should be called a Nazarene? Oh, good answer. Good answer. It's probably because of relations. Because these things connect objects. It connects to, it's talking about a tree, a branch. Connection. And the man was sitting here hanging on the tree. Where do branches typically hang?
Tree.
He's going to be called a Nazarene. So what's the relation? You were told by Yasha Yahu by him being a branch. Right. That woman going to stem out from. That's amazing. They don't get that. Let me tell you, who here know about insurance? Life insurance. You know you can have a life insurance policy that pay? You know something too they can pay for? Dismemberment. You know a finger, I come up a digit, or if I cut a certain part, you know what they'll call that? A limb. A limb. He should be called a Nazarene. What's the relation? Some kind of way he connected to Dan. Y'all really don't know what you're doing, do you? We're talking about relationship, object, and people, and concepts. That's why a lot of times he would give you different scenarios because these concepts all kind of connect together based off relationships. And you keep calling on him, but he's trying to find out, how are we related? You is my God. You is my Father. He looking at it. Nothing you say makes sense to me. Nothing you say. What was the purpose of him telling me his name and then he go out and tell these people about the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yasha, and the Elohim of Yaquara? Because this is the relationship we have. This is our connection as people. Because he just told you, this is what they don't get. I just told Husha in the 3rd chapter that go down and he was going to tell them to let, who he going to let go down?
My arm.
How are we people? You know, say, man, you know, you're in the country, them my people. You ain't know anybody you that for? How the hell, man, quit lying. How y'all related?
Relationship.
Nothing he's saying that fall off, is it?
No, sir.
We just fall off in our thinking. I came down to get them because they're my people. And they're going to want to know, how we related? Abraham, Yasha, and Yaquara. That's how they people trying to see it. See, you don't even realize how they paid attention to things. Concepts. Now, when they looked at how they were delivered, pay attention to some things. In the 22nd chapter of that same book, or the book of Ra Shyth, I'm sorry, you don't have to necessarily go run and get it, but if you do, it'll make a difference. It's the same thing. 22nd chapter, you'll find when Abraham was going to take Yasha up. He was going to slay him. What you think happened when they was in Mizraim? Those people getting slayed. But there was a ram in the thicket. You don't remember that he could have carried them to take a lamb or a goat and they were supposed to slay it and put on, say, a Passover.
Yep.
So what do you think was finna happen to them in Mizraim while he came down to deliver them?
Slave.
They understood the concept.
Right.
That man raised his hand up to kill him because you were finna die. But I prepared a ram in the thickest for you.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't understand relationship or concept. These people, listen, clueless. They keep thinking everything's just a movie. Once you watch the movie, you have no idea what happened when Abraham raised up his hand.
It's finna kill him.
He was gonna kill him. What saved him?
Okay.
That lamb.
That lamb.
That ram saved them.
Yes, sir.
What you think they understood when they came out of Mizraim that label?
It's finna die.
The man let him know what he was going to do. You know what he told him he was getting ready to do? I was finna stretch my hand out over all Mizraim.
Yeah, yeah.
What did Abraham do over Yasakal?
Stretch his hand.
He told him to stay his hand.
Yeah.
I was going to kill you. I was going to kill you. That's why y'all play around. Don't worry about it. You're doing good. You much smarter than me. Because you can play when you don't know. When you realize how you were set up, you had no idea. That's based off what we say, relationship. That would be called concepts. Because it would be very odd to sit here and look at the fact this man, let's see what he told him, the 5th chapter. Let's see the 5th chapter of the book of Ra Shyth. Alah Shamuth. That they call Exodus. 5:1, I told him to get it earlier. Listen.
And afterward, Husha and Aharon came and said to Pharaoh, "Thus says Yahuwah, the all of Yasharal,
Look at that.
let my arm go, that they may celebrate a muhad to me in Bamidbar."
Hold what you got. Go ahead.
But Pharaoh said, "Who is Yahuwah, that I should obey his call to let Yasharal go? I do not know Yahuwah, and besides, I shall not let Yasharal go."
See that? That's what he said. See that the 4th chapter, 4th and 11. Same book, 4 and 11.
Yes, sir.
Same book. Maybe take it up to 9. Let's see. Listen.
11.
7, 9.
Yes, sir. It shall come to pass, if they shall not amon even these 2 odds, and shall not shama to...
Go up a little further then. 5? Maybe 4 and 1, let's see.
Yes, sir.
What's he supposed to tell Pharaoh? Let's see.
Then Husha answered and said, "Behold, they shall not amon me, nor shall shama to my call, for they may say, Yahuwah has not appeared to you."
That's what they're going to say. Listen.
Yahuwah said to him, "What is that in your hand?" And he said, "A staff."
Oh, let's go down to 11 then. Let's go down. Listen.
Yahuwah said to him, "Who has made Ish Pa, or who makes him mute, or deaf, or sing, or blind? Is it not I, Yahuwah? Now go, and I shall be with your Pa, and shall teach you what you shall speak." But he said, "Please, Adonai, now shalak the Malaki by the yard of him whom you shall shalak." Then the anger of Yahuwah burned against Husha.
What did he want him? Hold on. What did Musa ask him then?
But he said, "Please, Adonai, now shalak the Malaki by the hand of him whom you shall shalak."
Yeah. Send him Malaki.
Then the anger of Yahuwah burned against Husha, and he said, Is there not your Ak Aharon the Lui? I know that he speaks fluently, and moreover, behold, he is coming out to meet you. When he sees you, he shall be glad in his lob.
What are you going to do?
You speak to him and put the Dabarym in his paw, and I shall be with your paw and his paw, and I shall lamed you what to do.
That's right. He's going to be with his mouth and his mouth, both their mouth. I'm going to teach you what to do. He's going to show them, explain them what they're going to do. Come on.
And he shall speak for you to the arm, and it shall come to pass, he shall be as a paw for you, and you shall be to him for Elohim.
Yes.
You shall take in your yard this staff, with which you shall do the ox by it. Then Husha departed and returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said to him, Please let me go, that I may return to my Akim who are in Mizraim, and see if they are still Kai. And Jethro said to Husha, Go in Shalom. Now Yahuwah said to Husha in Midian, Go back to Mizraim, for all the Anashim who were seeking your Kai are moot. So Husha took his Asha and his
He
beneath.
should have talked about who go tell Pharaoh about let his son go in the 4th chapter. 3rd was breath. Don't worry about it. Pick me up at the book of Husha. Let me see if 11 and 1 is what I want. Husha. They call it Hosea. Husha 4 and 1. I mean 11 and 1. Is that what I want? Husha. And what is Husha? Troublation. The man said salvation. Let's see. Let's look up Husha so they can see the definition for themselves. We'll look at it first. Let's do this, then we'll look up the name. Come on, listen. When
Yasharal was a youth, I ahab him, and out of Mizraim Yaquara my ben.
See what he told him? He called his being. And who that was that Abraham was finna slay?
His ben.
Yasharal was his only being too. They should have paid attention. That I was trying to teach my son that I was going to kill him, but I spared him. I was trying to teach my son that I spared him. So he will understand it by concepts. He will understand it by relations. He will understand it by objects. Like what was in his hand. Because Yahuchanan didn't understand it first. He told him, he said he see the wood. He said, I just don't see this is a box. He let him know, Elohim provide.
That's right.
You know, just like him, you were clueless. Y'all both were clueless. I was going to kill you. That's why it's dangerous for you guys to play, mess around, last minute feel like you got it together. Y'all played a long time. Y'all just played a long time. It's just dangerous. It's too much you don't know. How did these people, this is a relationship now. How did it become, what happened? What's the purpose of all this? Does all this have a purpose to it? Does it have a meaning to it? These are things you ought to set back, you ought to consider. He came in and let them know these are my people. Now he come out and let them know this is my son. This is my son. And he want to let them know, you let my son go. Or I'm going to kill your son. So these are things that we're trying to gauge to kind of see where we're at and how things work for us, okay? I know it's a little bit over your head, but don't worry about it. We'll talk about it anyway. Let's sit at the book of Alah Shamuth. See if it's the 24th chapter. Let me see, 24, might be 25. Might be 25. Let me see 24 say. So what, it's not 24? So 25, 24, what was that? Alah Shamuth. And what is the book called? And he called. Now pay attention to some things, all right? Hold on for a second. Yaquara. Yaquara. 25. Let me see, 25. Let me see the one. Listen.
You shall make for it a rim of a handbreadth round about.
I said Yaquara. What did I say? I thought I said Yaquara. I didn't. Well, I wrote Yaquara. Just do what I write, not what I say. Might be 24 then, let's see. Let me see 25, let's see.
24, 25?
Yeah, 23. Yeah. No, not 23. No, go back 25. I never called 23. See if it's 24. 24, let me see. All right, well, 25 then. Listen.
If your ox has become poor,
Y'all hear that? If your brother
has become poor,
had become poor.
he has sold part of his property, then his redeemer, the one near to him, shall come and redeem what his ox has sold.
Know what he told you? If your ox had become poor and he has sold himself, he said then the one that's nearest to him, that's who's supposed to redeem him. These are things that you have to pay attention to. This is called relationship. These are things that you would have missed that you hadn't paid attention to. See, Yahuwah didn't just do something. He made sure he covered himself on every end. Sometimes people get into stuff and they'll say, really? You ain't have no reason to get into it. They say, I did, because that was my brother. See, just like with Husha, when he seen one of them suffering wrong, you know why he intervened? Because that was his brother. He'd have never got involved when he was in Mizraim, when he was a ruler in Mizraim. Otherwise, really, they ain't even your place. What do you have to do with it?
Right. That's right.
You have no idea. See, y'all have separated yourselves so far from him. That's why you don't have the relationship you need to have with him. Because you're so distant back, you don't realize he made sure he covered himself on every end. Did y'all know that? That's what he did. He was trying to make sure he covered himself on every end. So it wouldn't be no dispute about it. Let me see the 14th chapter book of Ra Shyth, since we're in. Let's see 14 and 1, see what I want. They call it Genesis. Listen.
And it came about in the Yamim of Amraphel, Malak of Shinar, Auryah, Malak of Elasar, Kedor, Lamur, Malak of Elam, and the Dal, Malak of Goim, that they made war with Bera, Malak of Sodom, and with Bersha, Malak of Gomorrah, Shinab, Malak of Admah, and Shemabir, Malak of Sabaim.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to come back over there. That's all I want. See with the 13th chapter. 13. What's it? 13? It's 17, 18, the last verse. What's the last verse? 17, 18, or is it longer than 14, the last verse? 24, the last verse? Let me see 14. Listen.
When Abram Shammah that his ox had been taken captive.
When who now?
Abram Shammah that his ox had been taken captive.
When he heard his brother had been taken captive.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
He led out his trained Anashim, born in his Beth, 318, and pursued as far as Dan.
Come on.
He divided against them by Layla, he and his Abadim, and defeated them, and pursued them as far as Kobah, which is on the left of Damascus. He brought back all the goods, and also brought back his ox, loot, with his possessions, and also the Nashim and the Alm.
So now, what are you looking at? Huh? Redeemer? You're looking at Redeemer. You're also trying to pay attention to some things, to concepts, relationship. This all works into relationships.
That's right.
See, you notice they called him, actually, that was his nephew.
Right.
That was his nephew. But he called him Ak. Because you look at they were serving the same Elohim.
Right.
You see how another guy, how another guy came and got this other guy, he had met a friend of his, had went over there and got loot out before he could get down? You ain't gonna believe why. Because we don't have no relations. Like I said, I don't have a dog in that fight. But Abraham did because of relations. See, he was establishing the premise. These concepts establish the premise of why we come in and defend. Like they don't even know why Husha got involved. This concept was established. That's what he did. You know what he did? He brought him back to the land that they took from him. I was redeeming him. These are things you have to understand. You need to know the relationship, how things work. You gotta understand how the relationship works, how things are based upon. Because these people need to know exactly what he was doing. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Goodness, I don't know. Y'all look like y'all kind of mesmerized on it because you don't know. You just been reading for years. And we all have. We just been doing something, and we really ain't had no real understanding about what's been going on with this whole situation. We've been seeing there's just been something he just been doing the whole time. He been predicating this whole thing off of this. Relationships. Relationships is how he been doing this whole time. He was trying to get you to realize how he got involved, what was his reasoning for getting involved, what was his purpose and what he was doing, the reason he got involved. And you needed to understand that. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. So they look at a person who got himself poor, a person that put himself out, and he didn't have his land. He was like, I was going to come back, and a person who could redeem him. So these people would look for him. They were looking for somebody. Yeah, they would. Say that in Yasha Yahu, the 43rd chapter. I don't know, 43, I'm thinking 43. Maybe I'm right. 43, Yasha Yahu. See if it's 13, it might be 17. Yasha Yahu, the 43rd chapter. Verse 13. Listen.
Even from this womb I am he, and there is none who can deliver out of my yard. I act, and who can reverse it.
What's that,
Thus
14,
says
43,
Yahuwah.
and what that, 14?
That
Which
was
was 13?
That was 13.
Listen.
Thus says Yahuwah, your Redeemer.
Uh-oh. That said who?
Yahuwah, your Redeemer.
What you do?
The Kadash one of Yasharal.
The separated one of Yasharal.
For your sake I have Shalak to Babel, and shall bring them all down as fugitives, even the Kasadim, into the ships in which they rejoice.
So now he's letting you know what he's going to do to these people. So now what you don't know is what they didn't know. When he let them know that he was their Redeemer, they understood what that meant. He was bringing us back. That's what a Redeemer does. A Redeemer brings it back. He puts it and put it back to where it's supposed to be. But there's only one person that can be a Redeemer. They have to have some type of relation. They have to be an uncle. They have to be a brother. They have to be a father. Only certain people can redeem. That's why he kept using those different relation titles when he was trying to connect you. Like when Abraham was delivered, he told him, he called him his brother. So he knew he had a dog in that fight. Abraham was a redeemer. And that's what Yasharal realized he was doing. He came back to redeem us. That's what he kept trying to tell you. Thus saith Yahuwah, your Redeemer. I redeemed you from the Beth of bondage. The right of redemption was mine. That's why I came. It was mine. I came and I got you. See, you just thinking there's some stuff because you cried on your pillow. You a dummy. This had nothing to do. Your crying had nothing to do. These people don't know why he letting these people perish. Because we don't have no relation. My name is Reverend Dr. Rucker. No relation. Because the first thing is, I got some ruckers in my family. You know, I come from Southern Head. I got some ruckers in my family. No relation. He let them out the rip. No relation.
No relation.
Because I'm trying to think, Mom, don't we have some ruckers? He said, no relation. And I used to look at your tree. When Yahuwah told him, thus say Yahuwah, he wants you to know how to rip. No relation.
That's right.
Because you can't prove it. Who you connecting them to? 18. Dabri Hayah. They call it Alah Ha. They call it Deuteronomy. Alah Ha. Listen.
I shall come up a Nabi to them from among their Akim like you, and I shall put my Dabarym in his paw, and he shall speak to them all that I amar him.
So now, how many times we heard this? How many? What's your first time? Who was the first time you read this? How many times you heard this? What was significant? He just told you I was going to raise up an Akeem. That was going to make him what?
Relationship.
No, that's stuff. Y'all moved too far. You went straight to redemption. First of all, let's deal with relationship. I had to show you what your relations was.
That's right.
Then that would give him the right to redemption.
That's right.
See, y'all moved too fast. Y'all went straight, Redeemer. That's it. No, first understand relationship. You ran straight to action. We want to understand relationship. We want to understand concept. We want to understand the objects. Just like the towel. You were told about not touching the towel. Hello? Yes, sir. Okay, that was a concept. Because then I told you, touch not my Mashiach. Now do my Nabi no harm. What you think I was going to do to you? And you understood that from? From who? No, you understood that from the concept. I need y'all to pay attention to relation. This was a concept. They understood how sacred the top was. It couldn't be touched for any reason at all. So when I told you to touch not my Mashiach, at what time were you supposed to do this? No, I do him no harm. And they will understand that because of the concept. See, we're dealing with relations. Relationships. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we jump fast, we don't pay attention to stuff. Otherwise, what that mean? Just like when he told Adam not to touch the tree, what that mean? The day you touch it, you're going to surely die. What that mean? What I seen die? Who I seen touch it? So how do I really understand that? Or if I touch it, I'm going to die. Who die? Who I'm going to be dead in a grave somewhere. Like everybody else. I'm going to be laying over here suffering, dead. I don't have any idea exactly how that operates. I just been living. I've been like Elohim, Hayah. I exist. That's all I do. I exist. So the only way he can know death was to taste it. For every man. How is he going to know it? How do you think Husha learned it? How was Yahucha going to learn it? The man said he lived forever. How exactly he going to understand it? I got to taste it. I got to taste it. Hello?
Yes, sir.
It's too much you don't know
Yeah.
for you to be messing around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you understand relationship when he told you that? So you're looking at coming back and trying to put people back to a certain place. Let's see the 4th chapter of the book of Auryah, 4 and 11. I ain't gonna be out there. I need to meet with y'all anyway. I get through the members. I need to get y'all on there. I need to have a meeting with y'all. Listen. 4 and 11, Auryah.
Yes, sir.
They call Luke. Listen.
And on their palms they shall bear you, lest you strike your
Auryah,
regard.
4 and 11. Listen, come on, listen.
And on their palms they shall bear you, lest you strike your regal against in a bond.
What's on
Yahushua
my mind? He came
answered,
to Nazareth. When at 4 and 11? 4 and 16. 4 and 16. Verse 16. No, I got earlier. 4 and 16. Listen.
he came to Nazareth,
That's what he did.
where he grew up there, and
So-
according to his
That
custom.
makes sense. He's going to be calling a Nazareth when it makes sense that way he sprung out from.
Yes, sir.
It makes sense. Look at where the limb came out the tree at. Listen.
And according to his custom, he went up to the Beth of the Sunnigan on the Yom of Shabbat,
Listen.
and stood up to read of the scroll.
Listen.
The Sefer of the Nabi, Yasha Yahu, was given to him. And he opened the Sefer and found the Malkum where it is Katab on it. The Ruach of Yahuwah is upon me.
That's what he's saying. He
In
said
order-
the Ruach of Yahuwah is upon me.
in order to Mashiach me, to bring tube news to the humble.
That's what they did, to bring the good news to the humble.
He has shalak me to care for the brokenhearted,
That's what he did.
to proclaim freedom to the exiles, and for the blind an opening release, to shalak the oppressed away free, to proclaim a shana of favor for Yahuwah.
So these people he was sent here to, he was looking at these brokenhearted people. These were people that had sold themselves. These were people that were poor. You know what they also would have picked up? He was their brother. The only way he could have came and actually did this, he would have had to have some relation to him.
That's right.
That's why Yasha Yahu tried to tell you in the 9th chapter that under you, he was trying to let you know it was a relation. That was your redeemer.
Yeah, yeah.
We were trying to figure out how we're going to get back. The people he was coming to were brokenhearted. They had sold themselves.
Right.
See, this isn't a new concept of what he tried to do. Sit at the 5th chapter, book of Nachumyah. They call Nehemiah. Nachumyah. Five and 1. Listen.
And there was a great outcry of the and their Nashim against their Akim, the Yahudim,
Y'all hear that? That was a great cry of who?
of the
Of the people
and of their wives
and of their wives.
against their Akim, the Yahudim.
Oh, against their king, their brothers? Let's see.
For there were that said, we, our Bani and our Banuth are many. Let
That's a
us
lot,
get
bro.
grain that we may eat in Kai.
So we can eat and live.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
And there were that said, we have mortgaged our fields, our vineyards, and our beth,
Wow.
that we may get grain because of the Ra'ab.
Listen.
And there were also that said, we have borrowed money for the Malak's tax on our fields and our vineyards.
Yes.
Yet now our basar is like the basar of our Akim,
Oh, our flesh is the same as the flesh of our brothers? Go ahead.
our Bani like their Bani.
Our children just like their children.
Yet behold, we bring into bondage our Bani and our Banuth to be Abadim. And some of our Banuth brought into bondage already, and neither is it in our power to redeem them by our yard.
See that? What happened?
For other Anashim have our fields and our vineyards. Then I was very angry when I had Shama their Sayak in these Dabarym. Then my Lab ruled within myself and contended with the nobles in the Sarim, and said to them,
What?
You are lending at interest, each from his Ak. Therefore I held a great assembly against them.
Yes.
And I said to them, according to our ability, we have redeemed our Akim, the Yahudim, who were sold into the Goyim. And would you even sell your Aki, that they may be sold to us? Then they were silent and did not find it a bar to say. Again I said, the thing which you are doing is not tube. Should you not halak in the yara of our all,
It says, shouldn't we walk in the field, our Yahuwah? What happened?
because of the reproach of the Goyim, our enemies.
Because of the disgrace of our enemies. So this is what you start to look at. This practice of redeeming ourselves, it came in. We also learned another practice, that there's not a ransom you can get to redeem yourself from Yahuwah.
That's right.
See, they understood about redeeming land and getting things back. That was the whole purpose of what he come back to get you for to do now.
That's right.
They were looking at redemption, redeeming them, getting them back, because they lacked the ability to be able to do it. See, when he told you in the book, the 49th chapter, the book of Tahalim, he said, now one, you can give a ransom for your despised, because
It's
the
costly.
redemption of your call is costly.
Costly.
Then you see them people couldn't redeem themselves.
That's right.
So when he told them about they couldn't redeem themselves, what concept were they using? They were using the concept of how they couldn't buy their own land back.
Right.
You can't even get your own land back. How you gonna sell yourself? You can't get yourself out. How you gonna sell yourself? That's why we had to look to Yahuwah, your Redeemer. your redeemer that brought you out the bed of bondage, like Abraham did. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Same way Jacob did. He let his brother, he looked at his uncle, had his father-in-law was saying he oppressed him. And he brought them out. He got them out of there. They understood the relationship. They understood the importance of having a redeemer. They understood the importance of you had to be related. That's why I told y'all read. You read and where you sit, even though I teach you, y'all guys are so far off. You don't even have a relationship. You have to break away these other relationships. These other relationships you got ain't salvation.
That's right.
This is the only relationship that's salvation.
That's right.
So he tried to show you how he came in and how he grafted you in. Through him. That's how you got redemption, through him. Hello?
Yes, sir.
That's how you got it.
That's
through
right.
him. That's why it was so important for you to be connected to Yahushua. He had to create a relationship to come in. Otherwise, he really don't have a fight. Why do you think he let these people sit in Paris?
No relationship.
Oh, in Sudan, about 20 million people suffering, 5 million people, starvation and their kids. You ain't gonna believe why.
No relationship.
You know why them people over in Taiwan sit down and them houses done fell down, an earthquake overtook them?
No relationship.
If we were related, I'd get involved. That's amazing. You ever been to the gas station, seen a little thing up her bottom with a kid? Kid need a transplant. Kid got cancer. How much money you put in now?
None.
But that kid need help though.
Yeah. That's right.
How many of y'all put money now? How many of y'all looked at and you ain't gonna believe it? Why you think Yahuwah did that? Why you think he set that concept up? What kind of God sit back and watch kids just perish and die like that? Same kind of going to gas station, look at that jar and get their chain and walk right back out that door.
Yep.
Because they came in to get what they were getting to leave.
That's right.
When Yahuwah coming here, he only coming to get what he coming to get. The rest of it he leaving.
Good. That's right.
Oh, they don't understand that. I tell you how that works. When I plant a field, you know what he told me not to do?
Don't glean.
Don't glean. Well,
The edges.
I'm not saving nobody on the outside. I'm only gleaming inside. They didn't realize I set up for the stranger. He didn't realize I'm not gleaming nothing on the outside. I leave that to whatever get it. I leave that to the beast. I leave that to the stranger.
Yeah.
I leave it to somebody else. Y'all have no idea what you're dealing with. I don't have no relation with them. I'm only feeding to him. I leave it on the outside.
Yep.
Because you ain't got no better brain in your head. You can't think. I'm not saving these people. Why you think he's going to come and get you that's scattered in the four corners? Because if I leave you out there, you're going to perish. They really have no idea. What the purpose folk realize? They said, well, what about them out there? Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So you ain't going to believe it. I ain't worried about them out there. I'm supposed to leave them out there for the strangers.
Right.
I'm supposed to leave them out there for the wild beasts
Right.
and for the slayer. They don't know what they're doing. They think they know my job. Y'all have no idea what you're doing.
That's
But I
right.
know. You know my job better than I do, though. If people, they got to stay out there. He put them out there searching for the sword to the sword.
Yeah.
They want to know what we're going to happen to them. The sword to you.
Yeah.
And the famine and the pestilence. That's what he want to leave to them. I'm trying to tell you, y'all done played around long enough. Too much playing that went on now.
Yeah.
Now we done drew a line in saying today.
Yeah. That's right.
Now y'all understand something you didn't know. I know. It's too much you don't know. It's too much you don't know.
Too much.
It may have been working past you. You have no idea what you've been doing.
Yep.
Why would they know it? You're not supposed to know it. You think that's all that you think when they put them fields out there, he was trying to show them something. And you know what he gonna let them look at? What looking bad? That stuff you leaving out there. You put it out there though.
Yeah.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Who that belong to that you leaving out there?
You.
They don't believe it. They don't believe it. Who will let you know they belong to me. I'm gonna leave them out there.
Yeah. That's right.
He set a law that he ain't gonna impede. He holding himself to his word.
Yeah.
When I put him out there, that's why I'm gonna leave him. Y'all don't even get it. That's amazing. 1919 right quick. Yahuchanan. Yahuchanan, they call John 19 and 19. Listen. Listen.
Pelotus Katab, a tablet,
That's what he did. He wrote a tablet. What did he subscribe on it?
and
Inscribe.
placed it over the tooth.
And he put it over the tree.
This was the wording of its inscription.
And that's what the word said.
Yahushua the Nashri, Malak of the Yahudim.
No, that said. It said he was the emperor of the Yahudim, and that he was the branch. He said that a branch was ruling over some people. Can you believe that? He just told these people that a branch was ruling over them. These people see him like, are you serious? Now tell me how that make you feel. But you probably don't remember your parents had a switch and they picked that thing up and you'll get your behind cut. What? Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
When they would pick that thing up, your behind.
Yes, sir.
So who was ruling over you?
That switch, that branch.
Go figure. He just told the people that a branch was ruling over them. Kid be cutting up, and you don't put that branch on, they know they pick that thing up, they start to, they try, you know how to say they just pick that branch up, they already know, I'm finna get hit. I do not want to get hit. Where do Yahusha come back here? He gonna hit you with that switch. The little young kid got a switch. Where do Yahusha come back? Yahuwah come back with his switch. He's gonna put my switch on him. Listen.
Many Yahudim read this inscription.
How many read it?
Many Yahudim read this inscription.
You said 5 folk read it?
Many
Many?
Yahudim read this inscription.
I really don't seem possible. How could that be?
Because the Malkum, where Yahushua was crucified, was close to the city.
So if it was close to the city, where y'all think it was? Outside. Why y'all think I let him? So you know what I just showed you? How you think he was able to do it?
I let him.
No. He was on the outside of the city. What did I tell you to put the fruit at? I told you don't glean it.
Right.
What's on the outside, leave it to the outside.
Right.
Y'all people not thinking. Don't worry about it. You couldn't have done it in Jerusalem. Do it on the outside.
Right.
You ain't gonna believe it. What you think gonna happen to you? Why you think he told you for without? Dogs, sorcerers, whoremongers, everything that love him,
Make it up to
and
Kazal.
I'm going to save them.
Leave him out there.
I left you out there to be gleaned. That's what he tried to show y'all. Yahushua know what he did. That's why he asked him, why you forsake me? On the outside. I'm not worried about the outside. These folks have no idea. They plan with somebody calculated. It's been different for you to read it. You know these dumb folk right here. You know they crucified me in Jerusalem. Sure he did. He just told you where it was. That was on the outside of the city.
Yep.
Now if I left him on the outside of the city, be done, what you think gonna happen to you? Go figure. This is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful lesson.
Yes, sir.
Because y'all have no idea. And you, listen, this is the person you've been playing with. You don't even know what you're doing. You playing with somebody who calculates. He done set you up. A lot of these people out here, they have been enjoying themselves, been playing. They have no idea why they're sitting out there. And you know why I can't go out there and get mine? He said, did you see me leave to go get mine? You want to try it? He left his out though. I told you what I do with it. The man I'm trying to tell you he was Pari. Well, that Pari was on the outside of the city. Don't glean it. Leave it out there for the strangers. Why y'all think why y'all think we said we didn't kill him? We left it out there for the strangers. Now y'all don't get it, do it. Don't worry about it. You understand it better. Mosh pot coming. Think about this now. You just learning something he been knowing. This who you playing with. You wrapped up in your feelings. You got your own mindset. You got it. I'll be done. And he's saying the whole time, he like, you have no idea I'm calculated. You have no idea I done already pegged you. You have no idea you're going to be cut off. Y'all just need to know it today. Line in the sand.
Yes,
Young
sir.
people, y'all time been cut short. I appreciate y'all yesterday on y'all confession. So y'all let me know y'all daily number. Let me tell you something. Everybody got to get right.
Yes, sir.
He said for you and your children.
That's right.
I know that type. Here I is. Y'all can't believe that. Now, y'all, that's when you know a man false. Everybody know the kid. It got, why you shaking your head? Yes, yeah. Didn't know a man false. Because I wouldn't dare do no stuff like that, kid. You can't, that ain't even book. 10th chapter right quick of the book of Azara. Huh? Azara, 10th chapter. They call it Israel. Listen.
Now, when Azara was Palal, and when he was making his confession,
My help come from Yahuwah. Y'all know where Azra came from? That's crazy. He said, I look to the hill from which coming mine. Help, aid, that's what the name means. My help come from Yahuwah. Talk to me, help.
weeping and casting himself before the Beth of the Elohim, a very large assembly, Anashim, Nashim, and Banim gathered to him.
A large company of men, women, and kids came while he was casting himself down before the Beth of Elohim. What happened?
Gathered to him from Yasharal.
They came to him from Yasharal.
For the arm wept with a great weeping.
So that because the folk were crying. It was a lot of crying going on. What happened?
And Shechaniah, the ben of Yaquara, one of the bani of Olam,
I know we're going to go back and look up at the name. Let's see what the name means. Go ahead.
answered and said to Azara,
What did he say to Azra?
we have been unfaithful to our all, and have married foreign Nashim from the arm of the Arats. Yet now there is Yaquara for Yasharal
Pay
concerning
attention.
this.
Now listen to that. Pay attention. Now we have not been in what we're supposed to do. We have gone and we have taken these people on, these wives, and we done got these kids. Everybody know God loves family. God bless the child got his own. And we done got our own. Ain't that right? She cooks, she clean, she nice, she wonderful, she treat me good and everything. The kid, so sweet and precious. Listen.
So now let us make a berith with our all. to
Make a
put-
who?
A berith
Without all, without Elohim,
with our all,
what we gonna do?
to put away all the wives and those who born from them, according to the counsel of Ma'adan, and of those who tremble at the commandment of our all,
Let me
and let
tell
it be
you something.
done according to the Torah.
I know you like that movie. I'm in too deep. They came and they looked at this right here. We're gonna make a berith with Yahuwah.
That's right.
We'll put away these wives and these kids. According to the Torah, all that trembled at the word of Yahuwah. That's where they was at. Y'all kids gonna strike out 7, y'all gonna go too far. I know these folks look. I knew he gonna lose it. I know he gonna forget it. That was about them being in adultery. We've taken people that allow us to compromise and it'll cause you to compromise. These wives will cut separate deals against these husbands and let you go a different way instead of both parents maintain the child in the same direction.
That's right.
So to a point where you gotta look at, you know what? I get rid of all of you.
That's right. That's right.
That's where they was at.
That's right.
Okay, I know. Don't worry about it. I won't worry about that. That's where they was at. Y'all know y'all circle around. Y'all, these women won't cut no different deal with these kids. That'll cause them to go a different way. They got these kids were just like the women. That's why he didn't want you to marry them. He already told you they're gonna go a horn after another Elohim. These kids right here got cut off. They cut them kids off. See, y'all been running good while y'all feel like all that time gonna be given to y'all. It's not. I don't brought y'all here to let y'all see. They put away the wire. They said, well, that's the wire. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Well, you come from them. And they look at the tree. A corrupt tree couldn't bring forth no good fruit. Let's look at it. They married them foreign women. They was a tree. Them foreign women was a tree. How good the fruit gonna be? Get rid of the wife and the kids. You know who they could have did it based off of? Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
Cast out.
This bondwoman,
And
her child,
for the bondwoman and her son,
should not be heirs.
they can't be heirs. They cannot be heirs. These people don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Let me tell you something. Y'all know where we at right now? Y'all got to consider. I know y'all been sitting around playing in your head. Oh, yeah, whatever I got to do, I'll be listening to them lie because I know y'all folk not serious. You have no idea about your relationship, do you? Go ahead and tell the truth. You don't have no idea about your relationship, do you? Hello?
No, sir.
That's bad. Go back to that 25th chapter again, the book of Yaquara. He wants you to know some of that book. I called you. That's what the book is. I call you. 25, 23. Listen.
The Arats shall not be sold permanently.
Yeah, what now?
The Arats
The land.
shall not be sold permanently,
Why?
for the Arats is mine.
For the who?
Arats is mine.
He said the land is mine. Go ahead.
For you are but aliens and sojourners with me.
What happened?
And for all the Arats of your possession, you shall provide for the redemption of the Arats.
Listen.
If your ox has become poor, if your ox has become poor, he has sold part of his property. Then his redeemer, the one near to him, shall come and redeem what his ox has sold.
So now we're sitting around here looking at what we've done. You know what's different and what's funny? Should have came out, we went to Ghana. You know what's funny? You can't sell no land.
Yeah.
You can only lease it.
Right.
They want the only country to obey the book. Ghana will not let you buy land. You can lease it. Because America sell land.
Yeah.
All the countries sell it.
Yeah.
Because they're stupid. Ghana probably don't even know why they do it. They'll tell you it belongs to the chiefs. That's not why. They all following book. They don't know it. The white man just convinced them. So, okay, they belong to a tribe. When did he just told you belong to a tribe?
He didn't.
That makes no sense. Because he done told you before, for he said if I were hungry,
I wouldn't tell you.
and he told you why. I own what?
All the cattle on the hill.
Don't make sense. I mean, you hungry, why wouldn't you tell me? Unless you tell me because I own all this cattle.
All right.
I told you the rocks is mine.
The fullness thereof.
I started letting you all these things.
That's
So that's
right.
why I told you not to sell it permanently,
Yeah.
which means you can lease it.
Yeah.
You can rent it. You can't own it
That's right. That's
because
right.
it's mine. That's why all these countries getting tore up. That's why he was mad when they got rid of us out of his land. He said, and you sold my land. You sold my possession. Y'all people don't have no idea what you got going on. Let me tell y'all something. When he also referring to land, he referring to the people.
Right.
You want to know why you was in Babylon for 70 years?
He sold.
Because I can't sell you permanently. These people have no idea what they're doing, okay? None of these people know what they're doing. That's why your captivity for the length of what they were. I can't sell you. They tried to buy Yahushua. He got to be a land because you're going to habitate in him. And you know what they did with that money? They came right back and threw it back. Because I can't sell him permanently.
That's right.
I'll let y'all rent him for a little while.
Right.
Get that stuff. He told me, catch that stuff back. We did it. It wasn't going to be nothing permanent, though.
Right.
Take that and catch it back to them. They don't have no idea what they're doing. See, that's why they don't realize. That's why you had time periods on your time when you were in captivity.
That's right.
They don't know why. Because I can't sell you permanently.
Permanently, yes,
Nobody can
sir.
sell you permanently.
That's
I own
right.
it.
That's right.
I told you I own the rights and the fullness thereof. What you gonna do with it? See that Ephesians 1 and 7. Let's do 1 and 1, it'll be fine. I'll try to let y'all go here in a minute. People they don't know no better. What you gonna listen? What we gonna do? We don't know no better. Let's just be honest. I ain't mad about how we gonna do this. We don't know no better.
No,
How we
that's
do?
right.
He told us, had we known, you think we'd have crucified him?
No.
We were told not to touch him. We should never from the top, don't touch him. And definitely don't do him no harm. I told you don't do it. Well, here we go. And I tried to show you what happened when you're on the outside. I ain't showed, that's my own son. And he was on the outside. And I ran out there, he asked me to save him. And you know what I did? What you think I'm gonna do to you and your kids? I'm gonna run out there as fast as I can and try to throw my little old self right out there and try to block it. You didn't think that's all he was asking him why he forsaken? Where were you at? So you understand what concept was there? He was equivalent to sin. He became sin for me and you. That's the concept. He said, that's what I do to a transgressor. I leave him out there. When I marked him as a transgressor and he took on yours, that's the concept. That's what I do to him. I didn't do no extra. I left him out there too. When I leave you and your kids out there, you don't understand the same thing. I just look, listen, I planted it too. I planted it in his mind and I leave it out there for the strangers. In the book of Yasha Yahu, he asked them folks, he asked you, where's the bill of your mama divorce, man? Matter of fact, let me check my record. Who did I sell you to? To which one of my creditors? He said, I sold you off. He the only one who could do it. Y'all play around a lot. This is gonna be beautiful though. Line in the sand. Y'all caught now, you stuck. Y'all gonna see how it's gonna work out now. I've been telling y'all, I said, it's coming. Y'all to see how it's gonna come. Checkmate. You stuck now though. You played too many times. You wasted too much time with him. You don't know enough. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't try it. You tried it though. You still trying it. I keep my heart on. I just do. Man, he tried to tell you, ain't nothing but the pure heart gonna sin.
Yeah.
So the other stuff in my heart, how am I sin?
That's right. You're not.
What that mean, nothing but the pure heart?
Just what it say.
I still hold some things in my heart. Who you looking to see? That's how I roll. This is how we roll. I know y'all got here, y'all got to say, y'all gonna be just Danny going, yeah, you ain't even living nothing.
That's right.
He heard about fornicating, adultery. Y'all doing all kind of stuff. What y'all need to be dancing for?
That's right.
Man, I'd be like them folk there. Them folk came before that man, them folk were weeping.
That's right.
They want no man said, let's make a beret.
That's right.
Them folk, listen, they brought the wife with them. Mm-hmm. Let's make a beret. We put them away. And the kids. Because like them kids was a part of their transgression. Okay, that's how they looked at it. That's what they were. Not you though. I'll die for mine. Don't worry, you will. You ain't lying. You are gonna die for him. He gonna make sure of that. That's why I tell y'all can get on top of your job. These kids, y'all got too much going on. I know I tell them dudes, they gonna still do it anyway. They got an explanation for it. You ain't done but losing the whole time. The whole time you mess around, you just study losing. Then you need to be the one to be an example for him. You're sharp, upright.
That's right.
Whatever decision they make that day, I'm gonna be all right though. I'm be like, he said, I'm gonna be all right. But y'all smarter than me, I wouldn't worry about none of that stuff. It's just all bluff, this all fluff. Fooled y'all, this stuff ain't even in the book. You a lucky dog, you. A lucky dog. I look at dogs all the time thinking how lucky they are. Lick your own groins. You lucky. You know what I'm saying? Eat out the trash can. You lucky dog. Ain't you say, what y'all think you be saying a dog? Man, you lucky. Especially when be dead on the side of the road like that and sleep. Look at your lucky dog. Folks convince you to believe anything. Yep. They see you coming. You ain't got nothing better than being a man. Right? You ain't got better than the relationship you was established for. But y'all done took it for granted. Let's say that 1 and 1, Ephesians. Listen.
Shaul and Shalach of Yahushua HaMashiach
Sent
by the Rasan of Elohim
by the will of Elohim
to the Kodash ones who are located at Ephesus.
To everybody on what planet?
Who are located at Ephesus.
Also. They're located in Ephesus. And who did they locate in Ephesus?
And who are
Hold on,
Amunah,
stop. Who located in Ephesus?
the Kodash ones.
So I'm here smoking my cigarette. What did he say to me?
Nothing.
Me and my second wife.
Nothing.
Me and my girlfriend, we live together like we married though.
I ain't talking to you.
Who wrote that book? A white man? That's what he started playing. Who wrote it? Who wrote it? The white man? Like Kerry, the time we were playing Spades, he told him, that man taught us up so good. I didn't have another partner then. He said, I got the cheap bake over there now though. He was like, we were playing, so we had playing. He's like, you don't even play me and Keisha. It don't even make no sense. We're trying to figure out, what? I'm gonna tell you, it ain't even felt me and Keisha do we playing. I was like, I'm like, what you talking about? You sit down. It's not even felt. When me and Keisha play together, it's not even felt because we never lose. We like, well, Carrie, you understand? It ain't even felt. I'm telling you, when me and Keisha play, they sat down and they playing. All of here hollering, Carrie, what is you doing? Carrie ain't got one hand. Listen, he got one hand. It was bad too. It was bad. He got that thing. Carrie flipped that card over and see that thing. What is these? These is idols. We like, hold on, man. Hold on, you ain't even pulled this foolishness now. That man done got the card, done flipped over, looked the other side, they had that little thing. That man done throw them cards in. These is idols. We like, hold on, kid. Hold. You finna pull that now all the time we've been playing? That man done try to scare us all the time. It ain't even fair. When me and Keisha play, it don't even be fair. Cause we don't lose. He told that thing with basketball too. We was all sitting around there talking one day. We just sitting around there talking. We was in a circle talking. He walked up. He said, I could beat you, and you. And he told me, he said, you too. I said, we like, everybody looking at him like, what time we got? What? Like, what? He said, I never miss. I do not lose. I was sitting there, he said, you too, big man. I was like, hold on. I'm like, he done call like, out of nowhere, he just called us all out. We said, we're trying to figure out, what happened, Karen? He said, you seen me play before? They're like, no, that's because I never lose. We're trying to figure out, we don't know what that is. I never miss. We're like, oh yeah, that's serious. So with him, I said, all right, Karen, I'll play you first, because I'm older. I'll play you first. We got him. Karen done got him, come out. That thing had them Wilt Chamberlain playing then. Come on him. All that woman, he going, listen, that man that go down there, I had one hit, he coming down the court, we got him. So let him borrow for a second, Lee. So, all right, did the goal right here, right? All right, so you know, so I'm coming to the goal, so I'm coming, you come here, you gonna meet me, man, you gonna go up and we go here. He gonna. They laughing. Listen, that far, he ran through a locker room. Listen, through a racquetball court. Listen, that's one door. He ran through the next door. We looking. So we sit here waiting on him. We're like, what? He kept going. He come up. You cannot block my shot. We like, are you sick? Just am I making this up? This man ran through this, and he went through one door, ran all the way through that locker. These folks in here playing racquetball. He ran through that door. So we're trying to figure out what just happened. So Kerry finally comes, do not try to block my shot. You cannot block my shot. So then he had the ball when he was dribbling. So let me borrow for a second. So he dribbling. So he right down. He dribbling. He said, foul! What? Listen, he hollered, foul. We hollered. I said, foul. You foul. So we got the camera. We said, we're going to go back and look at the camera. We got the thing. He said, stop right there. We like, what? They did some trick photography right there. We said, Carrot, trick photography? Ain't even there. Some kind of way they know how to take that camera and do trick photography. So it was something I had hit a shot, they clapped. They were like, yay, preacher, because he done told me he could beat him. Carrot started walking off. We said, Carrot, where you going? I do not play with cheerleaders. The man done bought his own. Listen, we had to call. We said, Carrot, come on. No. I don't play with cheerleaders. The man done brought his own cheerleader. They said, Carrot, we're not cheating. You done told all us you gonna beat us, Carrot. I'm not gonna play, ain't gonna be no cheerleader. So everybody had to stand there and be quiet like that. That man, listen. This game took Carrot made on so many rules. So everybody had to stand there like this. Carrot let them know, one more cheerleader. That man now, woo, no, but ain't care. They still got that tape somewhere, don't they? It's still on YouTube. He gonna plead the fifth now. Yeah. But we had some good times together there. We had some good times. But well, back to what we were talking about. Let's get this up here. What is it? See that at one, we at one, what, verse 2? 1 and 1 still? Come on. Now try to get y'all finished up. Come on.
To the Kadash ones who are located at Ephesus and who are Amunah in the Mashiach Yahushua.
See that? That's what he's talking to. The people. He's talking to the people that got stability. See that? That's the difference. I'm talking to people that don't separate themselves and got stability. Listen.
Concede to you and Shalom from the
favor to
Elohim, Abinu, and our Adon, Yahushua HaMashiach.
So what they call it? Abinu. What is Abinu?
Our Father.
Why would he talk about our Father?
Relationship.
See, they don't even know why. Relationship. Because, see, if I see you as a son, then I see you as an heir.
That's right.
Listen.
Barak be the Elohim and Abi of our Adon, Yahushua HaMashiach.
See that relationship? His son, father, our father, which will make him our brother, which means he can redeem us. Look how y'all catching on this. These dumb folk, why he go? Because Jesus Lord and Savior. He just sound like an idiot. Yeah. You open your mouth and everything stupid just flow out of it. The man don't know what you talk. That makes no sense. I just told you he our father.
Yes, sir.
Then I said Barak, Hisham, and Yahushua HaMashiach, his bid.
Right.
That means that's my brother. Then he can, like Abraham redeemed when he was taken captive. Guess where you at right now? Guess what happened? This for everybody, not just captive. You captive when you in sin. So guess what he can do? That's what. See, they don't even know what they don't even know what they're doing. He just gonna get black people. Boy, you look so smart when you dumb. How you look smart when you dumb? Man, it's no sense because when a person is in sin, you're in bondage. So when you heard about him coming, getting up from slavery, this was concept. Concept. You see that? But they're so dumb, they thought it was about a color. On the color, he said right and wrong. He made them. So, okay, let's do that. Let's go there by the devil. Who made them? And he made but one race that's supposed to be right. And the one race killing out their own people. Some stuff we say don't even make sense.
That's
we
right.
buy into it because we out of hurt. I bet you buy them because you're hurt. You just say stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Who made all these people? So, you know, these folks say this, white people, the only people who don't know where they came from. I don't know where nobody came from.
That's right.
I wasn't know when they were born.
That's
All
right.
these folks tell a lie. I don't know where nobody came
That's
from.
right.
Other than all he had to produce.
That's right. That's
Everybody
right.
had to come from each other.
Had to. That's right.
Unless he said, okay, white. Everybody's different. One, you can't say one blood and everybody comes somewhere different.
That's right. That's right.
We say stuff that actually is just dumb.
That's right.
It's dumb for you to say it. There is a relationship between human beings. Man, these religions. I'm telling you, I never taught our white people that. I won't ever teach that. Oh, listen. There are people raised. I'm been finding Chinese people, Korean people. The head made different, and my head probably look funny to them too. I ain't gonna lie, all of them, cause that's just being honest. We'll say, man, they look funny. You look funny too.
Yeah.
But guess who made all of us?
Elohim.
Guess who made us for their liking?
Elohim.
We said, man, I don't like them. I don't know how they look. He said, I ain't making for you to like them. I make it, that's what I like.
That's right.
So when we respect that, learn to respect who made them. It ain't about you liking them. It's about respect who made them.
That's right. That's right.
Because apparently he must like them. He made them.
That's right.
People get caught with, and we get caught with stuff. That's why we're so far from salvation. Because you get to doing, so what you going to change? So what, all white people come from where then? Where they come from? The devil. Where you getting this stuff from? We all human beings, one flesh.
That's right.
One dog. Whether you're A-type, whatever you got, it's only one people. Yeah. Now he's picking him out of all these people, he's taking him something out, a little bit out of every one of these cultures.
Yep.
Every one of these cultures is some people that say, well, I'm a here. I'm a here, I ain't gonna reject. Some people gonna let color. I go somewhere where my color, where I can see my color. it's already a place for you called Sheol.
Yeah.
It'll be no discrimination. Ain't gonna be no, well, white people get a little more fight. No, everybody get the same thing.
Yep.
Listen, finish this up.
Who has barak us with every ruach baraka in Shamayim
Every
Malkum
spiritual brother.
in the Mashiach,
Listen.
even as he chose us in him before the foundation of the Olam,
That we should do what?
be Kodash ones and blameless before him in
He
Ahab.
said that's how we're supposed to do it. Listen.
He predestined us
Predestinated.
to adoption as Beni through Yahushua HaMashiach to himself.
See that? That's how he did through adoption. So you didn't come through bloodline, he got you through adoption. See, because he had to fix this to where, this is what y'all got to understand. Unlike us, we can just do something because I felt like it. Because I want to do it. He tried to show us he can't do nothing outside of what he's already set. He set for. I can't veer from that. If he done said that he's not going to save you, he can't veer from that. If he said that he's going to save you, he can't veer from that. When he set something up, unlike us, he can't say, well, I started out one way and I went another way. He said, I did. The way I start out, that's the way I stay.
Right.
I already purposed this and set this up. That, listen, there are going to be some people I can't get by bloodline. So what you going to do about the bloodline? He said, nothing. You heard of adoption. So you can't adopt a kid. And what do you have to have?
Papers.
What we read.
Paper.
I can redeem them too. I can redeem anybody I want to by the paperwork. All I got to do is get paperwork. See, everything he said, you see how it makes sense. Whatever hang up you got. Well, I mean, but I ain't black though, the black people. He said, well, what about you heard of adoption? We never seen interracial people. We never seen a couple adopt somebody with a different race. I wonder what the purpose of that is. Concept. That guess what? And you know what they'll look at him and say? You said, man, you went and adopted that black kid or you went and adopted that Asian kid. They said, I didn't look at the color. And Yahuwah trying to get you to see the same thing. You the only people get hung up on it. Some people look at, I just saw the need. Mm-hmm. You saw the color. Yeah, I mean good, but I'd rather adopt one my own color. He said, I would too, but my own won't do right. Mm-hmm. So he said, I'd take anybody that do right out of every nation. Huh? That's what Cup said when he saw Cornelius.
That's right.
He said, I proceed. All of him in no respect to a person.
Yep.
But him that fear him and work as Sadiq in his sight is accepted. That's when we learned we came out Mizraim. It wasn't just us. Because you know what the folk did? They feared. They put the dumb up there. And they would listen, and they worked right. And he said, Yasha Yahu. They was adopted. See, them folk, they was adopted. That's how important relationship and concepts and objects are. Y'all see that? From a simple word, relationship. They went there and said, well, we're in a relationship. What did you really hear them say? You know people say, like people date, you know what they say? We go together. What that mean though? Really certain things fit when you say things go together. They have a certain type of relationship. We'll do things and say go together, but we don't really have a proper relationship. Really, we just banging. Y'all heard that term? We say, will you go with me? Y'all remember that? Will you go with me? What do that mean? This is a relationship at that point. That means we fit. When you talk about a wife submit her son to her husband as if, what was it? Fit, go together. A husband and wife go together. We had boyfriend and girlfriend going together. Why y'all think we're in this situation? He trying to figure out, I don't know how y'all go together. Cause I told her wife about some men, I said to her as they fit, as they go together. And you said boyfriend and girlfriend go together? Yahuwah, he been so confused. He said when he came through Mizraim, he said, man, they had a language. He said, I understand what they were saying. He said, is that what you were saying? That dating is the same thing as marriage? Trying to help you. They give us these conversations and we use them and we start betraying them based off, that's why I try to make them clear on verbiage. Look at what you're saying. It don't make sense. Not based off of his logic. It makes sense based off of sinner-man logic. And that's why you commit sin. Come on, finish this up right quick.
According to the true pleasure of his Rasan,
Of his will.
to the Tahalah of the kabod of his kassid
To the
of his
praise of his
Khan,
name.
which we freely bestowed on us
Freely bestowed upon us.
in his
What's the purpose of that? That's because he told you that you were going to be redeemed without cost, without money. Pay attention to the concept. You know what I'm saying? When something's free, there's no charge. He told you that you were going to be, he told you in the book of Yasha Yahu, I think, the 52nd chapter, he told you that you sold yourself for naught. And he said you were going to be redeemed without cost. You just can't go and tell me I'm free. I need to know why and how. Because he let you know you spent a lot of time getting yourself in this situation, and I'm going to redeem you and get you out without cost. You spent all the money and time going wrong, but I'm going to get you out without cost. Hold on, see that 52 and 1, I think it is, Yasha Yahu. Now I try to finish this up and get rid of it. It got to be a conclusion to the matter. So that's 52 and 1, I think is what I want. You remember he told you he could beat you in basketball? He told all of it, didn't he? Kim, you just walked up out of nowhere and just threatening everybody. You were pointing at foe. You, and I was just, because they played, he said, and you too. He said, here's a new creature. This is sick. Now the man, he was a new creature then. You might have an album with Breezy. New Creature 2 coming out. Yeah, I'm having my uncle now, kid, New Creature 2. Look at Big League and Big Cook all down there. They don't be New Creature 2 ain't showed up yet. Oh, live at the synagogue. Yeah, get ready for live. Boom, boom, boom. Live at the synagogue coming out. Yeah, finna be coming out. That was 2014, 15. He talking about, I'm still working on that project. Like, listen.
Awake, awake, clothe yourself in your strength, O Sion. Clothe yourself in your beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the Kodash city. For never again the uncircumcised and the unclean come into you.
Go ahead.
Shake yourself from the dust. Come up, O captive Jerusalem. Free yourself from the bands of your neck, O captive Bath of Saun.
Captive daughter of Saun.
For thus says Yahuwah, you are sold for nothing, and you shall not be redeemed with money.
See that? It makes sense. Cause now we're gonna look at something that makes sense. Really, everything you use to get rid of yourself up, it was nothing. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it without any cost. Equivalent. When the people were bitten, so you're gonna use concept. You remember when the people were bitten by serpents and he used the needle? You see what I'm saying? It was a concept. You remember how we fell by, who that we fell by? Man. And remember how he used the cat? He knew about man. So really, everything you gave yourself up for, nothing.
Yeah.
And guess how I'm gonna redeem you? With nothing.
Right.
No cost. See? Equation. These people don't know what they're doing. Y'all understand that?
Yes, sir.
Don't make sense. He said you sold yourself for nothing. That's why he told him to get that money back. It don't make sense. What did you say? Well, you know, I sold out to the world for that. He said, you so stupid. You ain't sold yourself for nothing. That's why I ain't gonna charge you nothing. You know, they gave me millions of dollars to do this. Nothing. That's why I'm redeeming you with nothing. No cost. Because you got absolutely nothing. See, you're dealing with somebody, you don't know what you're doing. If I was you, I'm a dummy, he let me do this. If I was you, I want you my smarts. It's gonna mess you up. Come on back to Ephesians right quick. Y'all see why it made sense? Mm-hmm. Everything he kept telling, because so all these were concepts now. The serpent and the brass serpent. Adam and use a man was a concept. So if I say here and I use something, I'm gonna say you sold yourself out for something. You say, man, you sold out for all that. You didn't sell out for nothing. No, I told them, take that money and get that stuff to the bottom. They didn't sell themselves for nothing. I told you the world passed away, the lust of it. It's nothing. The reason why a lot of y'all keep hung up in it, because you keep thinking it's something. It's nothing. That's why I wouldn't take no money for it. When Simon tried to offer him money, what did he told him? Why would he tell him his money perished? Because it's of the world. That's why his money perished. That's why I told him his law wasn't right. Because you thought it could be purchased. It could be purchased with money. Money is nothing. They have no idea. Listen.
To the tahalah of the kabod of his kaseed, which he freely bestowed on us in his kabibi one.
And his beloved.
Yes, sir.
His beloved one. Come on.
In whom we have the redemption through his dam, the forgiveness of our trespass, according to the riches of his kaseed.
See that? There we come again. Look at that. According to this man's favor, you see how you got redemption? Through his dam. He used all these different things. That's how technical he is to get you back. And then you understand redemption, how through his life, he gave you life through his death. He restored something back to you lost. You didn't have life. You were lifeless. Your lifeless body. He brought it back and made you alive. And he can only do that by him being related to you, according to a relationship. That's the only way he could do it. Yeah, let me tell you this right quick. You would buy it if it was he didn't do all this, he just said he did it. But you wouldn't have no real understanding of how the complexity and just how technical he is, and how when he sets something down, he works to make sure he performs it just like he said it without going against it, transgressing. You learn how to transgress with. That's why you look at, you just a seed of transgressor. He said, when I do it, I don't transgress. I still make sure it's done right. It's a proper way. You know what you say? He could do whatever he want, because he got, where he told you that? Where he told you he could do whatever he wanted. So why do you say it? When I told you I can't lie and I can't fail. Where you get that? Oh, I mean, don't he trying to be technical? I can't go against my word either. You can. See, I told you that, listen, once he tells something wrong, get something wrong, all they got to scroll up. You know how I scroll roll up? He says, got to go. That's how I know he ain't lying. I let people talk. I just look up and look down. I said, yep, you lying.
Yep.
Because he got to. He said, everything is bound upon my word. The pillars that's holding, you know the pillars that holding us up? It's his word. When Yahusha was hanging up down, the word. Those the pillars. That's his strength. Hello? Yes, I'm trying to help y'all out, man. Listen, you know what Sham showing you to pull down, to get these people down? Who's strengthening? He took down all the folks. The powers of Shamin were shaking. They were thrown down. These people have no idea what happened. He threw them down by the power of Elohim. You're going to throw all this stuff down. You got your eyes on this stuff. He going to push all this stuff down.
That's right.
The powers of Shamin was shaking. All the ruler was saying, what you think? It was a shake. Them folks felt that thing quaking. That thing, you know, all them people came down. Same thing he told you can't see. Because this stuff sitting on a pillar. And you ain't going to believe it. Sometime a volcano, earthquake, you know they'll call it some kind of line they sitting on?
Fault line.
Faults in you. Faults in you. Y'all know why them people were shaking when Yahuwah were talking? Because the fault was in them. They'll tell you. Well, earthquake, they'll tell you. Sometimes you're on a fault line.
Right.
You ain't going to believe it. They ain't going to believe it. Faults in you. You sitting on a fault line. You ain't even know it. Okay. Y'all see. Come on, finish. Go and give me verse 18 so I can get out of here. The dictionary stuff ain't working. Verse 18. Listen what happened.
The of our law being enlightened.
The owner of our being enlightened, our eyes, being enlightened, our appearance, our knowledge is being enlightened, being made clear. That's all they're doing, being made clear. Come on.
So that you shall know what is your call of his calling.
Oh, so you know what's the expectation of his calling. Listen, So you know what he's
And-
looking for. You know what to expect. You know what he's expecting. Listen.
And what are the riches of his kabod,
And what are
of his
the-
inheritance in the Kodash ones?
See that? Now listen. What else? Kabod?
Yes, the riches of the kabod of his inheritance.
What are the riches of his glory,
and of his inheritance
of his inheritance?
in
now
the
who,
Kodash
now who
ones.
gets an inheritance?
an heir?
A son, a being. Listen what he tell you. Listen.
And what is the surpassing greatness of his power toward us who among, according to the working
Look at that. What is the greatness he got that surpasses? According to his working?
of his mighty strength?
So we talking his work, we talking about malaka, his work. Huh? His work is what he manifests. Okay? Let's say his talents. Listen.
Which he wrought in the Mashiach,
Which he wrought in the Mashiach.
when he zarak him from the moot,
When he raised him from the moot.
and seated him at his right hand in the
And seated
Shamayim
him
Nakum,
at his right hand, which made him who? Benjamin, the son of my days. 2:19, same book. Two and 19 Ephesians. Listen.
Therefore, you are no longer strangers and aliens.
What
but
happened?
You are Bani and fellow citizens with the Kodash ones,
And
are the Bani of the Beth Elohim.
pay attention. How many of y'all don't understand now what you just read? Y'all be honest. Good. If I just told you that you were no more foreign citizen, but you were fellow citizen,
Relationship.
relationship. What does that tell you about that? I told you about the land. I told you was a foreign and stranger on it too. That's why you couldn't stay. You was a foreign and a stranger. I taught you that, but now you became a citizen because I told you about inheritance. It's not going to make sense to tell you about inheritance and still tell you stranger. Words don't go together.
Right.
You now inheritor of this land, you visitor, foreigner, stranger. That don't make sense. I just talked to you about an inheritance. So then I told you about being a son. When we talk about being a father, so when I told you about being a son, inheritance is gonna have to come into conversation. Which means you're gonna have to become, by the clock, possessor. Possessor of. So I'm gonna have to get rid of some of the conversation I had when I told you was a foreign and a stranger. See, he just told you were no longer foreign and stranger. So you see why I had to make you get rid of that wife and them kids? Because that would allow them to inherit too. I kept a relationship like, hold on, let me get this straight now. How that work? Let me ask you something, Justin. I said I'm looking at you. If your dad passes and he leaves you a lot of land, $5-6 million, whatever, $100 million, car, he said it's gonna be sold. Let it be sold, and he leave y'all this. Who else could possibly have a right to that if he left it to you? Nobody? If he gave it to you? Who's connected? Like who? So if you get rid of that wife and kids before you got that, would they still be able to be possessors of it? So you can see why he made them get rid of the wife and kids.
Yep.
That would have been hard to sit there and get rid of them when they had became possessors. See, he's very calculated. You just not. That's why he had to put them away, because your relationship gonna change. Everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. Just like when he gave everything he had to Yasha. You saw what Abraham did to the rest of them. He gave them gifts. And you know what he did with them? While he was yet alive, which will put them well? On the outside. Everything he had, he gave to him. He just like he told Yasha, when everybody went to Mizraim, what he told him to do? Stay here. Where my Barak you at? So what about the people out there on the outside? Because Abraham, we're talking about relationship. He want to know why me? Because Abraham obeyed my voice, kept my charge, my statute, my commandments, and because you connect to him, relationship, I'm going to do that. I chose you. These people don't know what they're doing. They really have no idea how important this is. That's why a lot of people, he had to disinherit them. He tried to tell Husha about that when he got irritated with them people. He said, I disinherit these people. In order to disinherit them, what were they? They had to be an inheritance. You know, people get up when the king came here, man, he was gonna marry that girl. She said, he said, you want me to? I renounce my throne. She's like, you can't do that. That's what he looked at. He said, I disinherit them. See, think about this. He couldn't just cut them off. He had to disinherit them first. You know what you do? Man, I ain't got time to go through that. That's the difference he's trying to get you to show you with him. You can do anything. I can't. I done could talk this. So the only way for me to cut their people off, I have to disinherit them. This is why y'all make so many mistakes, because you jump this stuff, you don't realize he's technical. You got some people play football. Jerry Rice, to me, best receiver I played. You go Randy Moss, all of them, fine, straight runner. He was technical, very technical. Some people, you just watch they real tech, you like, goodness, guy like a technician way he does it. That's how he played the game. Mm-hmm. He learned how the game be played. Everybody else speak. A lot of felt way faster than Jerry Rice. You ain't got the reception, you ain't got the Super Bowl. You ain't hit Jerry Rice out half the season. Jerry Rice come 2 games out. Jerry Rice gonna be there.
Yes, sir.
Every time. He doing the same thing every time. You ain't seen go get a video where he would hit and he would flip around like this. He know how to get the ball, know how to go straight down, he straight back up going back.
Yep.
You ain't letting him out. He know how to catch, he know how to fall. You not laying Jerry Rice out. See that joker hit all of that, then hit him so hard he landed in the bleacher spinning. Jerry Rice said, I don't even run no route like that. Like, that route won't get ran. But I try to tell when it comes to Yahuwah and Yahushua, they technical. They technician. He understand how it works. I can't let you inherit while you still connected to. Because then you'll mess around and you'll give them a right. Yeah. That's why I can't think about it. They brother, they connect. So what he had to do, when he gave Yasha here, that's why I had to separate them. Otherwise, it's going to be a fight over it. If I gave it to you while I'm living, you already know this. They ain't no coming, hey, man, I feel like that's some of mine, nigga. You know better than that. I did this while I'm living. The living Alah Ha already declared. This is yours and sent you away. Yeah. Why y'all think these people been dispersed out? So now the proof gonna come. Let's see who he bring back. Hello? Y'all don't pay attention to nothing, do you? Y'all got some things working right in the place that working for y'all right now waiting to get through. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all don't know why in it. He done told them, I ain't bring you back, bro. I know they don't know no better. See, you would be good to go. That don't make sense. He brought them out, they were broke. Y'all have no idea, do you? Nothing you do make no sense. It don't make no some kind of way the Lord working out. No, he gonna do it just like he did it. No more than it made sense for them to come out Mizraim broke. Everything he doing is calculated. You wanna know why I waited? Because he know exactly what he doing. I'm gonna tear that place up. I'm gonna bring the Benim out. I'm gonna bring him out with substance. Y'all see it? That's how it works. It only makes sense. He already got everything set up just the way he planning on it. He got listen, all eyes, like Tupac, is on Jerusalem. And around outside today, they already told him. They getting ready to start shooting over there. Y'all seen one of them, I sent y'all one post that came they brought. Y'all know what they said the United States told them? They said we're not getting in it either. Iran told them it's on. And they doing it from Syria. Know who won the Syria allies here? Russia. And Iran. Turkey got with them trying to meet. They were isolated. America had everybody isolated from Syria. All them Islam coming and got back together. Iran done called on every Islamic country saying, attack Israel. America set back for a while. They didn't have to get involved. Because they're gonna go overboard. And they're going to put everybody right there. And you know where that fight going to be fought at? In the valley of Yehoshaphat. There. That's where judgment at. That's what it is. Yahuwah judges. Yahuwah is going to judge. I'm going to judge them in the valley of Yehoshaphat. That's going to make sense where I'm going to judge them at. Hello? Yes, when he told you just like Husha, he said when Yasha Yahu was a Yahweh, he said I'll harm him. And I call my being, the name of the book is salvation. Wouldn't it make sense? What did I bring him out to? That's the name of the book. The book about salvation. Everything he keeps trying to tell y'all. He keeps trying to tell you exactly what he's going to do. When he tries to tell you, Yasha Yahu, Yahuwah is salvation. Then he try to tell you this, I'm going to redeem you without cause. How he going to do that? Probably because he's salvation. Everything he does makes sense, except stuff you do don't make sense. That's what don't make sense. Nothing y'all do makes sense. On this screen, y'all stuff, I'm telling y'all the most confused people I ever seen. Y'all so inconsistent. Y'all do the dumbest stuff. I can't figure for the life of me. How serious are y'all about this salvation thing? Because we put a lot of time in. Last Friday, I got to bed about 3 something. I think I probably went to bed about 4 o'clock this morning. I was so tired when I got up, I said, well, get him, they get him a good 30 minutes. That ain't going to work. Got to listen y'all confess, listen y'all do this, listen y'all play around. I'm ready now. I'm ready to do all that. I ain't got time. I'm busy. Very busy. It's time for us to start seeing how this line is saying will start working. I'm very tired. I got too much work I got to do. I got too much got to get done, and the world is ending. Can you imagine? I got to get all this work done. Then I got to do a short work. I can't get along. Everything I got to do quick. Y'all, listen, I got so much I got to do. I'm talking about I got to just kind of like strategically be moving to get something done quick, because I got to make sure that thing done just like he said. He put it on and said, get yourself ready. This got to get done real quick, because we got to get ready to get out of here. I know it's going to be quick. It was quick when they got out. I know time they couldn't, listen, I ain't going to have no time putting no yeast in it. It's all making sense. Soon as we turn and we get it, we got to be ready to go. Okay. I'm trying to help y'all out. Everything we do, we got to turn and burn quick, because it's going to be similar to the what? Concept. Concept. On that screen, I tell y'all, anybody, do not show up down here. Do not do it. You ain't talk to me. Do not talk to me. One of y'all members, all y'all got to do is let them show me call your name. You know what I'm going to do to you, right? I put a line in the sand. I'm not going to be bothered with everybody. I'm not trying to be busy. I'm busy. I got too much to go. People, period. I just don't be bothered. I got too much I got to do. I got to make sure we get it right. Folks, y'all done sit here, y'all listen for years time. I don't know what y'all waiting on. Like, it's just too long to keep going on this. When I was listening, and I wasn't even hearing what I hear to the magnitude of no. Man, it was just wearing on me. I was just studying, isolating, just cutting stuff out, crying. It's getting worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? You try to like, I just got, it just forced my hand to get out. I mean, I was living, shacking on somebody, selling drugs. That sounded like a lifestyle. I had to get rid of the relationship, get rid of drug selling, get rid of the car. Just get rid, you know what I'm saying? I got to get a job. These folks already married, wife will listen, other stuff going on, already listen, set up, got their own plate, got all this stuff going. You're like, what y'all sitting around waiting on? What y'all waiting on? They ain't to come here now. Woo, now everybody, woo. No, I'm much too busy. Y'all don't know me, I'm crazy. When I say I'm crazy, I got so much going on. These folks tell me, I'm losing my mind. This is a serious way. It's a serious one. I got a lot of work to do. And I ain't the only person. I don't believe I'm the only person. Don't believe that. I know people talking about, I know he the only one I know. Well, that just show you he done showed you. It's going to be a famine. Ain't going to be a lot of, it's a famine out here. Everybody don't care about your soul now. So I'm talking about people's soul. Y'all sitting here, I got to get rid of somebody. I got to get rid of somebody. They ain't going to believe me. They ain't going to believe me. That line is saying, I got that line. We'll put a line in saying, so we'll see how it works. How about that? That's how we got to do. Because y'all ain't going to believe it, though. Y'all, they ain't going to believe it. They ain't going to believe it. They ain't going to believe it. All right, we'll see. That's two. We good. Appreciate you here.